Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everyone. Do you hear me? Is everything okay? This is the third EU Roundtable, the third edition. This time, we only took high-ranked players, so there is less people, but more quality, hopefully. We even got a cooler table. You can see there is a lot of important stuff like bread and a mug saying Buff Lennox. We'll start with some introductions though, clockwise. I'm Peleg, I'll be your host. Still the same shit host from last time. I play Sua and Tia, and I'm like Titan or whatever. I think Tia account is still Diamond. I need to play on it more. Okay, you next, Debo.
Hi everyone, I'm Debo. I'm rank 6 currently. And I'm Kiejin and Bianca.
FD.
Hi, I'm FD Good. It's just FD is fine because the rest is a lie. And I hope you're ready for some more takes. I'm representing Dialing.
Wait, you can't hear Debo and FD? 1 second. Let's see if I can fix that. Yeah, they're too low. 1 second. I knew there was gonna be some problem. One minute. No, this is fine. You guys can't hear them at all or just very low? Let's see if I go back to this screen. Could you guys talk? I want to see if it works.
Was it just me or the other
Hello?
participants?
I see the desktop audio spiking when you guys talk. Is it just low? Do you guys hear when they talk on this screen? Maybe I just need to turn everyone up.
Change the scene.
Yeah, I know it's on this scene. I was just checking if it works on this one. Yeah, I'll just turn everyone up then if it works, but just badly. Should be good. Peace. Could you guys talk again?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Is it better? You guys hear them?
Hello.
I guess for some reason it's just kind of lower on the Streamlabs side, but for me they're really loud now. But I can bear it. Okay, Debo, do your introduction again.
Okay. I Devo. I'm currently rank 6, I think. And I main Kiejin and Bianca, the AP Malta.
FD.
Hi, I'm FD Good. It's just FD is fine because the rest is a lie. I'm a Dialing main, and I hope you are ready for some more takes.
Smug.
Hey, I'm Smug Dragon. I main Nadine, and I'm a pretty decent Barbara. And I even sometimes upload some good videos on YouTube.
Trick.
Hey, I'm Trick. I main Laura, and I can't wait for an end to buff Lennox.
Danny.
Hey, I'm Danny Manny. I play Daniel, and I also started playing Camilo nowadays, and Bufflanox.
Arcas.
I'm Marcus, I'm a Titan Elena player, and I hope they buff this in Nerf Linux.
Briefs.
Hello guys, I'm OTP Jan. I'm actually Diamond, aiming for Titan. Here in the round table with the guys, the boys.
Pacifist.
Hi, I'm Pacifist. I main Shaki and I hate Ranged. Also buff this.
And finally, Momo.
Hello, I'm Momo. I main Hanvo and sometimes play Marcus. Also currently rank 7 and also nerf Lennox.
Okay, so just like last time, each of the participants sends the list rating all of the characters. It is based around EU ranked, So a lot of stuff might not be ranked or might be ranked a bit differently because we try to not take any statistics from NA or KR or just looking up DAC stats and make the entire list. I received all the lists. I summed them up into one average list, and here it is. Okay, good. The screen box. So this is the average list. Some of the characters you can see are in the I don't know tier. We can rate them up a bit later. Most of them were rated low, aside from the people who rated I don't know, aside from Carla and Celine, they were rated pretty high. The list is based around positioning, so like Daylene was rated higher than Jenny, so that's why Daylene is first and Jenny is last in S tier. We're gonna talk about most of the characters. If there is any like problematic opinions or if you want to change them, we will. Some of the characters I received some hot takes and from some of the reps that are not here. I will read them out. They sent me a pretty big text, but I'll try to sum it up. We don't want to take too long with this tier list, so let's get it started. First of all, Daylin. FD, would you like to talk about her first?
Yeah, I agree with her position on the tier list. She's S. I mean, why do you think I'm here? I'll just say what makes Daylin top tier is not the damage, but the versatility she has. She can use both weapons, both with many routes, and you can play almost any playstyle with her, being it early game, contesting stuff, or playing for late game. And her kit has tools to deal with every character on the game. So she's fine there.
Anyone disagrees? Thinks she maybe should be a bit weaker? Has something to share about Daylin?
No,
The character is broken.
yeah, it's totally broken. I agree, especially in EU, because we see it a lot. I mean, FD plays a lot of games. We see some other players on it, and the character is just like too good on escaping and fighting and everything. So, yeah.
Agree.
I think the mute is broken against melee matchups because of how much it can tempo important stuff of other melees. So I think the mute is a huge part of why she win melee matchups.
Okay, I guess we're all in agreement. Let's continue to Adela. Adela is not played as much as in you. Usually, our usual Adela player was Eleko, and I don't think he played that much early this season. I do have some takes from him. Let me pull it up. He thinks Adela is either S or A plus. She's really good. She sucks at dealing with third party. And as a lot of the other people say, like one of the things I received a lot during the takes I was sent, she has bad matchups in the EU lobbies. We do have like very specific EU lobbies that we're basing this above. Most lobbies might have a few Ayas, a few looks, and some characters like won't be seen at all. So it is a bit different to that. But she was rated actually really high, almost the highest. I also rated her as personally, and I think it's fine because she does have so many tools. Anyone thinks you should be lower?
No, it's a perfect spot.
I'm fine with
yeah.
S tier.
Yeah, ranged broken.
True.
I think every patch that Adela doesn't need to land queen to kill, it's because she's OP.
Yeah. And also the poke is really huge.
Okay, then let's keep going to Laura. Laura is a character we see. Only Trick really players, maybe a bit Buyan, but it's mostly just Trick. And he doesn't play that much ranked, but we still all fear him. Trick, do you think she's fine there?
Yeah, definitely. I think Laura is basically S tier since release. I think the character just has way too much damage, and it's so easy to just burst someone. All you have to do is basically just land your ultimate that doesn't really have a cooldown. And yeah, like you can legit one-shot squishies, and you can shred through tanks as well because you have consistent damage because of your passive. And yeah, I don't know. She's just a really good pick overall. She can deal with any kind of enemy. She has no doom matchups. She has good routing. Her base stats are good. Just everything is good about that character in my opinion. and I would expect some nerfs.
Okay, I think we're all dietetric enough time to agree with him here. Let's go to Aya. The usual Aya players are not here because they're not really in EU court. We see a lot of sniper and pistol in EU. Personally, I think about her extremely busted, and anytime our sniper Aya player was even better, she would look even crazier. I think she needs some massive nerfs. Do you guys agree?
I think as long as Lane Monkey will be in the top 5 of EU, I think Aya is broken as fuck.
That's a fact.
I
Agreed.
can agree. Also, I don't understand why does she have 3.5 movement speed? Please nerf.
Yeah, more
I mean-
MS than melee's. Logic.
I think I might be the only one that didn't put Aya on S tier. Because
Nah, you were not the only one.
No, a lot of
Okay.
people put her in A+.
Unlike the top tiers I see, I think Aya like actually dies, and she has more notable weaknesses than the other S tiers, in my opinion.
Like, for example,
That if she can't space properly, or like she turns a corner and finds someone and gets caught, she just dies. Like she
Okay,
gets
but
more-
that's just
that's
simply
her
not true.
mistake. That's her mistake, not the character's mistake.
If you're talking about sniper, then
Sure.
maybe, but in my opinion, I think pistol is the strongest. So, for example, if someone is corner camping, pistol Aya legit has the option to just press ultimate, pop drone, and just kill that person with a W.
Yeah, I
The
agree
W
with
just
you.
has a disgusting amount of damage if you cannot touch it.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Basically run away with Sylvia bike speed.
But-
Yeah,
I
Like
think
a
she's
princess,
really
yeah.
strong. I just don't think she's at the same level of pressure as the other tiers.
I actually think she's like a bit lower probably than like Adila, Laura, Adelino, or even Jenny, but she forced her as a spot there. Like I won't see myself putting her alongside the others A+ tiers.
And the W damage adds up really to the character because you take 3 Ws and your whole life is swiped out, and then you just get Q or to death.
Yeah, I think like when Aya was balanced is when she needed to hit a few W shots, and now like she already takes half your health with the first two, and it's not really possible to dodge the first two, especially if she combos it with a snare. Or like, I don't know, Scud is slow. I feel like she just has way too much damage right now. But yeah, I guess we agree. Let's keep going to Hygiene, a character we all love. She was placed a lot in A+, that's why she's not that high in S tier. Since Debo has been playing a lot of Bianca lately, it's been a while since I've seen Hygiene. Are you guys fine with where she is?
I'm actually down to put her down A+. I don't think she belongs here.
I mean, I put her A+, but I'm also the healing player, so. But I think that she got like 2 nerfs to crit. I mean, assuming that crit is the strongest version, which I think it is. She took like 2 nerfs, which didn't change much. Like one was to AP, which was like kinda a good nerf. The other was the movement speed nerf, and then the other was a defensive nerf because it was to the optical camo armor, which doesn't matter much in certain situations because Hedging is like full glass cannon most of the time. So once she gets caught, she dies anyways. So I can see crit being S tier still. Like I don't mind it being a high A tier, A+ tier, or S. I think she's really strong, like a very good character to climb LP. You get kills, you can snowball, you can get good placements. So yeah, I think it's very strong. Maybe not as strong as the rest of the tier, but yes, she's definitely strong.
If I can add something for Yejin, I think the character has too much tool to escape in ranked solo queue. So, I mean, this character can escape 4 third party as Idebo already did and survive because the fear is a broken tool. Like, he has a lot of tools to get around people, and if you don't want to fight, you never get him.
I feel like the most problematic part about Hygiene is not a matchup spread, it's because I think she has one of the best kits to third party and escape, which I think are the two most important stuff in a battle royale. Like every time she's in a bad situation, she can just get out. Every time there is a third party, she has a very easy way of getting in there and getting the kills. But would you guys want to see her maybe on the top of A+ tier?
No.
No, I think she
Until
belongs
Hedgin's
there.
kit is as it is at the moment, I don't see how she would be A plus instead of S.
I don't know
Until they overnerf her.
when I see like AR, Izol or Jenny, I legit think that Yejin is below them.
Yeah, I agree, but
They
in
legit
S.
do the same job but better.
No, like they legit have smaller range, they have worse spinning tool, they have worse disengage, they have worse third party, they are less mobile.
Yeah.
But that's
They
not
legit
true for
just have
Jenny.
more damage and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
Jenny is
saw-
It is true
broken.
for Jenny. How is it not true for Jenny?
ERBS is not less versatile though. Like, yeah, he has more damage, and that's kinda it.
Yeah.
Like, ERBS is a lot worse than Hedgin. He's just annoying, frustrating to lose against, but he's not stronger.
Yeah, I think Izol is below Yejin.
Hedgen has amazing utility. Like, it's
I think the
insane.
kit is really good.
Okay,
By the
maybe
A plus, by the way.
okay, maybe we can revisit Hygiene after we kind of talked about the other characters. A lot of times it's easier to rate a character and say, oh, she's stronger than those, but weaker than those. So let's put her here. Let's. Do you want to add something before we move on?
Yeah, I think it's fine the placement that she has. I don't mind it being like low S or high A plus. Like I think that's a fair placement.
Okay,
Agreed.
let's get into Jenny. I think every time I see Jenny and it's not Eimer, I feel like it's free kill. But every time it's Eimer, I think it's the strongest character. And maybe I'm a bit biased because she insta-wins versus most of my cars that are pretty good. So, and like she feels literally invincible after she got 1 or 2 kills and started rolling with RNG. I would place her higher, but I sometimes see Jenny's just die early. Do you guys think she's fine though?
I think with 2 items, this character just roll lobbies. Like if he get killed early and a material item like Meteor River is just gonna roll up the lobby and get first, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think with transitions she's really strong, but without them she's weak.
I think she's like Laura, but better to be honest, because she's ranged and can snowball better.
Wait, you mean Jenny?
Yeah. I mean because she's also like I feel like very high skill cap, because you need to use like your spacing abilities like very good to dodge everything, and that's what makes her broken in my opinion. When you like fight someone and you manage to like dodge every ability and you just right clicking to that, I think that's what makes Jenny very strong in fighting. She can kite melees and she can do okay versus ranged characters. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that you are true, but after 2 transition items, she just run straight at people and kill them.
Okay, then I guess
She's like a better version of Vernice.
Basically, yeah.
She
And also,
has
let's
a
not,
better early game, so she scales a lot better.
and also let's not forget that she's one of the few characters that has both really good amp and basic attack build. Like
Yeah.
both amp and crits are really oppressive at the moment.
okay.
Yeah, I found out.
Let's
I haven't seen Amp in a while, but when Linkacho played it, it felt really oppressive for sure.
To be honest,
It's basically incontestable at meteorites and everything.
I don't know how other matchups go as Amp, but for me, Amp just felt like the same win scenario as Crit, just with less damage. Like, I don't know if Amp can one-shot people late, but at least it couldn't my character, so it just felt like a worse DPS option for Jenny. But I mean, Linkacho did climb, probably because he's a great pilot, but I guess the character is also pretty good. But let's get on to the biggest A plus tier that a lot of people put at S and a lot of people hate. Bianca, we do see a lot in you. Would you like to say anything about her, Depo?
I think it's fine. I would put her a little bit lower because this patch I feel she's worse than was before. And the last patch, I don't think she was S tier either. I think she's really good, but I'm not sure if S tier. And right now, like if you see Bianca, like she runs around all the time with 80% of her health because she can't heal of animals anymore, and like every one of her abilities, at least the offensive ones, like take HP from her. So yeah, she struggles a bit more, I feel, but she's still like the same at fighting. Like she has a lot of damage, and it's easy to grab heals on her. So she's also like very good for LP, I feel.
Does anyone think she should be moved to S tier, or is she fine here?
Yeah, Bianca
fine
should be
there.
S tier, I think.
Why?
Why?
Because the ERQ combo is just like unavoidable for every melee in the game.
That's not
I
true.
don't think so.
What melee can dodge the combo?
I mean,
Eileen
it's
can.
not that you
John
can
can.
technically, basically every melee can dodge the combo. You just need to not run into Earl like an idiot. Because there are a lot of times of where,
Yeah.
of course, she can combo you, she can hit the combo, but a melee will not die from just ER and Q. You need to be an
Yeah,
idiot and
that's
stay in
cool.
the R2. Like even
even if
Lina doesn't die to Bianca combo.
like
You
yeah,
play tank.
I think many characters, even if you get caught with it, like you're in a bad spot, but you're not straight up dead in the moment. Like that's
Yeah,
what
I saw the numbers.
I mean, even Jan, like I feel like if I combo with auto plus Q, like you can still I don't know, use W or something to repel the ER. Like it's bad. Like it's already a bad fight if you get caught by auto plus Q, but I don't think you're straight up dead. I don't think it's like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I have
To
really
be
bad
honest,
matchups. I can be biased, but yes.
I just don't like the grounded. Anything else is for me fine. I
Yeah, of
just
course
don't like the grounded.
it's frustrating for sure, but I don't think she's that much.
I mean,
much higher.
we are also seeing like the strong parts of Bianca, which is like that. Like you get caught by that, you deals a lot of damage. But I think she has more troubles farming right now. She doesn't have like amazing escape. She needs a lot of levels to function properly. Like right now, the main route that she does, which was crafting shoes, you can't do it anymore because of the plans that you can add 6 shoes to a plan.
I mean, I feel like
Okay.
that's a pilot problem. If you can do it outside your memory, it's your own fault. Like, a lot
I
of
mean-
characters use the boot thing, and like, you can't really say because you have memory problems. It's
I mean,
weaker
you
now.
can do it, but what I'm saying is that it's a bit worse right now. Like it's still a little bit slower at least.
Okay. I guess she's good though. Let's move on to a character we don't see much. Depraved started playing her a bit recently, Chloe. I did receive a take from him. Let me pull it up. Depraved. He thinks she's A plus or S tier. Has pretty good into the matchup, some problematic ones, but just really strong. I mean, to be honest, I put Chloe in, I don't know, because I feel like as much as Deprive is playing her recently, I don't feel like there is like a really good Chloe experienced player that plays in high elo currently, and I can't really see the strengths or weaknesses of the character because I don't see her enough. Do you guys think she's fine in A plus,
I
or maybe
saw-
move to I don't know?
I saw a couple of Chloes in normal games, and even if the guys are just unknown in EU, they did really well in this game. And I know that normal games are not a good example, to be honest, but like crit is just so oppressive. Like Nina can crit you, Chloe can crit you, permaslow you. I think melees have a really bad time against Chloe. That's my
I mean,
take.
Yeah, like
anyone has a bad time.
I mean, if
You can kill her for 3 seconds.
I mean, it depends on your kit. Like, she does, if you do have good AoE, ult doesn't mean much. Like, as someone who plays Tia, Chloe is one of the easier matchups because a lot of times you can hit both of them with most of your skills. And if they're both getting damaged, then the ult doesn't really do much. It's like Trandamir ult, but not always.
To be honest, it's just like Chloe has a very how do I say it, heterogeneous matchup spread chart, because she like loses to a lot of characters, insta wins to a lot of characters. So it's very weird to put her in a tier list. But for me, she's fine where she is at the moment.
I mean, I think our best pilot on Chloe is Buyanjun, and
Probably, yeah.
every time I see him in ranked, he's rolling over the lobby. Like I'm actually right now looking at his stats, and he has the same stats as Dailin and Jenny on Chloe, which are also two characters which are like really broken. He gets like 2 average kills per match, which is a lot.
But the thing, in my opinion, is that Chloe has like way worse matchups than Jenny and Daylin's. Like she can be abused by a lot of characters, whereas Jenny and Daylin can always find a way out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, she has much worse mobility compared to them.
Yeah, she
it's kind
auto-loses
of
to Bianca.
EU problem because we have the same characters, so Chloe get abused by the same characters every lobby. If like Samaran get abused a lot when he play by I don't know the matchups, but I know he has really bad one in EU.
Do you guys think she should be S tier or should we leave her here?
It's fine. A plus.
I'm fine here.
I will say A plus.
Okay, then that's good. Let's move to another highly debated character, Sua. A lot of people put her S, some people put her A plus, and more put her A plus. That's why she's here. She is on the top of it. As a big Sua player, I do think she's really strong right now, and in a lot of metas she could be S. But I feel like specifically in EU, she's more around A plus. Like she's really good for sure, but she has a lot of like impossible matchups that I see a lot in EU, like Laura or Jenny, that I kind of need to forfeit objectives to them, rat a bit, die to them late game. I think like Sua is really good, but she just has like she's pretty bad into static lobbies, unless like the static lobby is really good for her. Do you
Can
guys
I know who voted her A plus?
I
I
don't.
did, I think.
I can
think I
say
did.
like 6 out of the people here. I don't wanna rat anyone. I can say I did.
Only reason I put Sua on A plus is because this time against me, sometimes she needs to hit her skills at least. That's why A plus, not S anymore.
The only
For a
reason I put her in A plus is because I had too much cars in S.
Yeah, for sure agree. If S tier had like less Super Saiyans, then she would be S. But it's kind of hard to compare to some of the characters there.
I mean, I can agree she's A plus at winning games, maybe, but I think she's still S tier for ranked. Like she's very
Escaping.
safe. She's like very good at fighting as well. Like I agree, she has bad matchups, yeah. But for climbing, I think she's S tier, yeah.
I think one of the
I would also put
problems.
her between S and A plus because like she can get out of almost every fight with her ult and her
Yeah,
E. Like it's an insane range.
So the thing
Yeah.
about Sua mobility, if you're ranged, you're probably never gonna catch her. She will just E, RE, then maybe again, it's not really on that high of a cooldown, especially if it hits you. And obviously throw Qs, unstoppable if you try to CC her. She's a really good rat into ranged. Specifically versus some melees, her E can be blocked, or if it's like a third party situation, her mobility does fall a bit. I agree, it's still really good. Another problem with it, it can't really move through walls, so every time you chase someone, they can have the smallest wall jump and the chase is over. So something I've been struggling with is a lot of time kill securing, like you get into a fight, you win the fight, the person like ulted through a wall, and the fight is over. So like I feel like even her good matchups, she sometimes has trouble transitioning them into kills. I do think she's usually gonna be LP efficient as most A plus tiers, but I don't think she's as good as the S tiers when it comes to LP printing.
Right now, she has counterplay. She
Yeah,
writes. She has Twitter stuff. I don't agree with her being S. A plus is fine.
I will agree she's not as broken as she was before, yeah. But I don't know.
Do you guys
I would
maybe wanna put her at the top of A plus?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure,
yeah.
at the top of A plus
Yeah.
at least.
Okay, let's get her here. Okay, then let's move on to Sylvia, a character that I really didn't see in a long while, but apparently is really good again. It's hard for me to tell because both of my characters I think have really good matchups into Sylvia. I do have a take from Chill that couldn't be here. 1 second, I'll find it. He thinks she will always be S tier just because she has really good ratting, really good kill stealing, and she has like some problems, but she's just always gonna be good. I kind of agree with this. Like I always say on a battle royale like this, escape and third party is the most important stuff. I don't know how our matchups look like right now. I heard the buy queue is now crazy, but again, I just don't really play versus Sylvia right now. Have you guys got any experience versus her?
Okay,
Yeah, I think her
I do.
scaling is really good.
Okay. If by chance the Sylvia get killed, she insta-wins a lot of matchups. Like, actually so stupid. Not gonna lie.
I think she's S tier, yeah. Like
Yeah.
we don't see it much in EU, but every time she is in the lobby, I always remember why I hate that character.
So yeah, late game, she
with
does a
the-
lot of damage with base build.
Yeah,
And if
and
you get a
also
few transitions, she's really strong.
yeah, the fact that we can like get 4 score easily with like the consoles make the Sylvia cult so broken in ranked, I think.
I think she's also really good in forcing her good matchups. Like a lot of good characters sometimes have problem like chasing their good matchups, but like Sylvia will always can always find you and catch you. So like
Yeah.
if she wins versus you, she's gonna keep winning, and you're not gonna keep getting away.
Yeah, like final zones and weak contest like change completely in my opinion when there's a Sylvia in the game. Like when there's Sylvia in a game, I already know that I can do weak normally. Like it's so annoying. Like and I don't know how strong she is to be honest in early game. Like I'm not sure. Like, but once she gets to this point when she gets level 16 and everything, she's I think one of the most broken characters in the game.
Yeah, actually,
So
don't know. I have legit no clue about Sylvias in EU. Like our EU Sylvias were basically pumped that player for like 20 games, and Scorps that plays her like one every 100 game or something. I have actually no clue about Sylvia.
So you guys agree about Astir again? I also like Arcas. I don't have much of an opinion because I don't see her a lot, and when I do, my characters have good matchups versus her. So Astir good?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
S tier is a
Okay.
I mean, I would like to know what the rest think, but at least in my opinion, we haven't seen her much, but every time she's there, I hate her. Yeah.
Okay, let's get going to Barbara character we do see quite a while on Smug Smurf, and maybe if we get lucky and Genex is playing. I don't think like I really like Barbara in A plus tier. I think like as much as she has like extremely favored matchups, she still has just low mobility, can't really chase that well and pressure people. I feel like she's kind of like better Emma, not in a way that like of mobility, but kind of in a way I'm in final zone and then I probably win. Do you guys agree with her being in A plus?
I would actually put her even higher. I can't handle Barbara. It's so stupid to play against her.
I think Barbara is like kind of the same as Bianca right now, but Bianca does it better, and Barbara doesn't have anything to like make her opponent not move, so she can be fucked by every mobility the opponent has, and she also has a longer cooldown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she
Barbara
can't
struggles
really
with
can't
getting
fight without
kills.
ult.
Yeah, I feel like when
But
Barbara does
in
not have
EU, a
ult,
lot of people monkey, so she's pretty good here.
I
Yeah,
feel
she-
like
I mean, she's good for ranked for sure, but I don't think she should be higher. She's fine where she is, in my opinion.
anytime I see Barbara does not have ult, I run her down, and like I usually catch, even though she has bad skill and like some defensive options. She obviously can fight. While I feel like someone like Bianca can have an easier time getting away with a low cooldown wall jump and has a lot more DPS options when off like your big ult skill. Do you guys think maybe she should be lower, maybe at the bottom of A plus, or is she good there?
No.
Nah,
think she's
she
fine
has
there.
really good matchups in melee. So I think the character is still viable.
Okay, let's keep going then. Nadine, to be honest, it's been a while since I see her. It's usually either Yuang or Smug. We don't really see crossbow. I think it's only a bow right now. She always feels annoying to me, but at the same time, she does not feel super strong. I like her position. What do you think, Smug?
Yeah, I think A plus is fair. She might be even high A plus in like general because the smart band build is just insane right now and needs to be nerfed. In EU, I think she is either mid or low A plus just because she has a lot of bad matchups that are played often, and her good matchup like Isol and stuff just doesn't get played, which I could easily farm early game and snowball off of them, but they just don't get played or die very early.
You guys agree? Should we move on?
Nadine
Yeah.
A plus high.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it's
I'm
fine.
fine with this.
guess that's good. Let's go on to Jan. We do have a lot of Jan players. Some people rotate into him, and some people like Briefs, Bestwin, and Val kinda always play him. I mean, I do have a take from Val. I personally hate Jan, but I feel like he's somewhat fair, even though he has 2 low cooldown wall jumps. Let's see what Val sent me. He basically described him as like a jack of all trades, like he does everything well. He has every part of his kit, he has good scaling. Again, like other people, does say he has some like problematic matchups, so maybe not as only A+. What do you think, Briefs?
I think in EU, there is so little information. I mean, the players that play against Jan often doesn't know the kit, to be honest. So they just play like they're gonna do their best, but they don't know what's coming. Like they know that there is the knock up knock back combo, but that's all. So they get surprised a lot by what the character has in reality.
To
And
be honest, there is like no wonder why don't they know that much, because they just get one-shotted in a combo.
yeah,
Most of the time.
True.
yeah, it's because Creed was really broken before it was nerfed. So yes, you just died with the debut.
My most problematic part about
I mean-
Jan is just that I feel like after his burst, he still has amazing DPS. So it's like not just I press R and I win, he like even got other good options.
Yeah. To be honest, like I think Jan is really good, but also the fact that a lot of ranged get surprised by Jan dash range, so he get kills that he shouldn't. I think, like because if you cancel like the engage of a Jan, he basically has nothing because he can't recycle his CDs. And we got nerfed for the ultimate, like the slow is like lower, so you can't use it against range to close the distance. So you're kind of a situation when you're really good against melee, like you can play your game plan like fluently and no problem, and you should have problem with a lot of range mage, but because people are not spacing correctly and they just don't avoid the big stuff, they get surprised and they die. I think it's kind of like that. And also the fact that Jan is really bad at doing will clean and contesting it, and contesting objective in general. Like you always get picked up first because you can't recycle basically on contesting. I mean, if there is a situation when there's 3 people, you're the most likely to get choose to die.
I
In
feel
this
like
situation.
that's the problem of a lot of melees in Wick. But we should move on. You guys are good with him being an A+?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I'm
voted
fine
him
with him
S,
staying here.
but I'm fine with A plus.
Okay, then let's get going to Fiora. I do see a lot of Ashida playing her. I think it's mostly AMP. I know though she has a lot of other good versions, maybe like Frenzy with AP stack or maybe Crit. Her kill pressure seems crazy. Do you guys think she's fine here?
I hate the disarm so much, and I think it's fine that.
Bro, I just feel like we don't have any rapier frenzy Fiora at the moment. But if we add one, I feel like she will go higher actually. But she's fine the way she is in EU right now, and I don't think she will. She should go higher. I don't think.
Yeah, I think A plus is fine for Fiora.
Okay, guess we move on. Now to Isol. Personally, I put Isol in S. I feel like AR Isol has one of the craziest kill pressures in the game. Amazing burst, giant DPS. I feel like every time the pilot is good enough to build a lot of traps to make all the bad matchups into good matchups, he just kinda has a really good time in the lobby. He kills some people, then he gets into late game and he probably kills some more. we don't see that many air isols in EU, only one specific ones, which I do think could get better. What do you guys think about isol?
I think it's one of the most character carried. I mean, it's one of the best character to be carried to Ilo, I guess, because it's so easy to get kills on players that are lower than you. It's so easy to climb up to a level that players don't die to you anymore. But I don't think it will be S, but I actually think he's really fucking strong right now, and it's one of the most disgusting character to face.
I don't think ISOL is that autopilot as people make it out to be honest. Like, the
How?
design is disgusting, but there are some things that I think good ISOL players do that because the character is like very vulnerable. Like, I think we all can agree on that. Like, you make one mistake on ISOL and you get burst down.
Yeah, and that's why he has his
Yeah.
traps. I feel like a good pilot can always
Yeah, yeah.
play around corners and traps and kind of create zones for himself that suddenly his good matchups can't even engage.
I mean, of course, you get hit by Q and then you get rooted and die and you think the character is bullshit, but I think that sometimes there's more to it in a fight with ISOL that makes the difference between a good and a bad pilot. So I don't think it's that wheelchair of a character, in my opinion.
I
So
think
my
it should be
experience has
higher in
been either
APS.
he hits Q and kills you, or he misses Q and dies. Like nothing in between.
There's
It
legit
depends on
no
the
way.
range.
There's legit no way you die as Isol when you have traps set up. Like, of course you can get caught, but if you get caught, it's mostly like vision issue and you just not playing the macro as good as you should.
Should be.
But Isol is legit one of the safest character right now. Also one of the most wheelchair and fucking just disgusting character. I don't think he's like the best, of course, because there's still things that can gatekeep him from being still like Jenny just doing his job but better and can also just snowball way harder of things. But it's really good for climbing, and I just don't think he should be any lower.
I feel like
It's just fine.
even if he misses his Q, isn't a double guillotine basically his Q? Like, you can just put a double guillotine in a mock, and even if he misses Q, you're kind of getting into the same problem.
No,
No,
but the
because his
damage.
Q deals a shit ton of damage. Like, it's
Yeah.
actually disgusting how much damage just the Samtag spawns deals if you can actually basic attack the enemy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Okay, then
Like,
And that's what I wanted to mention as well when Debo said that Isol is not an autopilot character. Like, you literally only have a singular skill shot that latches onto targets, and you have to basic attack to use it to its full potential. I don't see how that's not like an autopilot character. The
They just
biggest effort is moving
making
after
traps.
basic attacking.
because
The
if you
biggest
compare,
force is just making traps. What the fuck? No.
if you compare it to like AR Aya, like ISOL has to do like so much stuff. Like, there's like like every skill like he has to think about on like Aya, which
okay,
is
but
what.
Aya
Yes,
does
but
not have any skills at all. Like, it's legistory.
that's the main difference. AR Aya is way tankier because of the passive, but has way lower damage because she doesn't have the Semtex bomb.
Yeah, I agree. But
It's a
what I'm
trade-off,
saying is
but
that as Aya, you don't have to think that much on your matchups, in my opinion. Which ISOL, I think you do. You approach every fight more carefully if you're a good pilot on ISOL.
I think the character should be in low S tier to be honest.
Do you guys think we
I'm
should
totally
maybe
fine
raise
with A
him?
plus.
Who thinks A? Who thinks S?
I think it's fine there.
A plus
Thinking
is
like
fine.
top of A plus, but definitely not S and not lower for sure.
Okay, then let's maybe move a bit more.
Oh, yeah, wait,
Let's
Pelik,
say
wait.
like here.
Pelik, wait.
No, yeah.
Let's put Sua to S tier.
We can go back to Sua hygiene and some unliked character in a bit. Let's move on though to Heart. To be honest, as much as we do have players that used to play a lot of Heart, I never see her. Maybe a bit of Buyan. I mean, I hear she's good from other regions, but I don't really want to mention them. So I put her in, I don't know. Do you guys see her enough to have a good opinion of her?
I've played her a bit recently to like know what where she should be actually, and I think she's quite fine in here. She just need one meteorite and has the craziest DPS in the game. Of course, she dies to a lot of things, but I actually think she's still really good right now.
Would you even say she's a still?
No. Clearly not. She's not S tier. Like I don't see any reason to pick a heart over Jenny right now. Like there's just better characters that stat check her, like Jenny, and even Crit Hyejin does this.
Yeah, Jin is just better art.
Like Heart is still really good and has a good matchup spread, but it's always onto the pilot to fuck up, of course. But right now she can still get fucked by a lot of things in stat check.
Okay, so you guys are fine with Heart?
I think the sample size is just too low in EU.
Yeah,
Yeah,
also
yeah.
think
Really rate her.
it's
Agreed.
either A plus or I don't know, in my opinion, but it's clearly nuts.
Just based on
Anything else?
Arcus and how he played hard, and I played against him, I think it's fine. It's
Okay.
nothing.
You can trust this man.
Let's get going to Chiara. We do have a good amount of Chiara players. Their build seems to be going all over the place, so I don't really know what's meta anymore, but I did get a take from Depraved. He thinks she's pretty weak from what I understand. A lot of people actually rated Chiara weaker in like A, and some people still rated her at S. What the press basically saying is that her escape is so shit that she isn't really, her game plan doesn't really work that well. I don't really see her enough. I feel like if she's crit, she's good, but I only see like amp and AP, and those always don't feel threatening to me. What do you guys think of current Chiara?
The character has dog shit design.
I
Yeah,
agree.
true.
Yeah, remove her.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I actually think like she's not that great right now. Like people are starting to cope with the Sword of Justice build, and I mean of course she still wins a lot of fights and she still wins against a lot of meters that just can't kite her back. But actually, I think she's way weaker than she was before. Right now.
Do you guys think maybe A tier?
I mean, I think it's, for me at least, that it's the Sua case against. So like maybe she has a hard time winning games, but she's like amazing for LP, like one of the safest characters.
She also has a really good third party, and she can get out of a lot of situations because of the passive movement speed bonus. So she's just really LP efficient in my opinion.
I don't really agree with like the escape part, but of course she's a really good fighter and third party.
She uses Healing Factor, which gives a huge ass shield. She has bonus. I'm not sure how much, but a lot of movement speed. She has a root. She has a slow.
Yeah, I feel
She's
like
really slippery.
even without mobility, people forget just how free and low cooldown it is, especially on melees, and how much movement speed she gets for free. She can get ult to get even more HP, her constant W shields. I feel like I play like a lot of time Elsua and I catch her eventually when she doesn't have ult, but sometimes it takes like 2 minutes. Even if I'm disabling every snare, just because she's walking really fast, has constantly like half HP shields. So I think her escape is pretty good. Like it's not probably bad versus third parties when like a lot of people are bursting her down, but I feel like she can get out of a lot of situations.
Also, isn't her ult cooldown pretty low?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Especially in late games.
Yeah, super low.
It's like a fourth ability.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like this character is, I win 100% of the time or I lose 100% of the time every matchup.
Yeah.
Like it's what I said, dog shit design. It's either she win for sure or she just die.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
You guys fine with her being low A plus tier?
I'm fine with low A plus, but yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, let's get
Because
going.
she's good for LP.
And now we have Adina. We have like one big Adina player, a few more smaller ones. She seems like super oppressive. Like as someone who has like a really good anti-mage kit, I still struggle with her. I feel like she's really good, but probably her low mobility just makes her die to any third party situation. That's basically also what Fracti told me. He also saying she's A plus or S. Do you guys think she should be maybe rated higher?
I don't think she has lower mobility.
It's S, bro. Stop coping.
I don't think it has low mobility. Like she has a lot of CC, slows, and also has speed buff.
She has immune CC.
She gets out of so many fights.
True.
This character is broken.
Sometimes I don't even know why I die against her because I don't see anything that she uses on me.
She
I
feels like
think
all
is-
Sua.
You're dead.
This character is pure diff. I mean, if you can play the signs really good, you just like you're the super annoying guy that just can die and can chase forever.
I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that this character is S tier, but since the sample is so low in EU, I don't know.
Okay, I don't think she's S tier.
She has 6 seconds CD on every spell.
Oh, don't put her in S tier. What the fuck?
Most people
Yeah, then
think.
argue, Mama, argue.
she's-
Tell us. Why?
I guess Momo is memeing. Do you guys think she should be
No.
higher? No, then why she's not S tier?
Yeah,
Explain.
why she not
Well,
S tier, Mama?
I don't. Okay, guys. She's not S tier because the only thing she has is a CC immunity for 1.5 seconds or something.
She has a lot more
That-
defensive tools.
Yeah. Wait. Let me talk. So I'm gonna say it. She's a champion. Not gonna lie. You make one mistake, you're dead. It is like that. You can't tell. I'm not gonna. She's not S in my opinion. Listen, she's not.
I can buy that argument, but
Because if Sua is below Adina right now,
yeah,
then
that's
you
what
can say she's S. It doesn't
Yeah,
work
I
like
don't
that.
think Adina is anywhere close. The other S tiers.
So maybe we just
I
put
actually
her
think
II
she is.
plus.
I think she's S to be honest.
I
She's-
actually
she's-
think she
I,
is.
I
I
think
also
she's
think
S,
she's
but
S.
I think
Think-
she's S,
Yeah,
but I
like,
cannot see her on S
she's
without
an annoying
Sua,
character for sure, but not S. Especially when Sua
Bro,
is not
legit,
S.
she
So-
just
She has
needs to get
everything.
Empress. She just needs to get Empress and she wins like 80% of her matchup for free. Like
How about
she
we put
legit
an
can't
S and
can't
Sua?
lose fight. She can just run or chase as she wants. Like legit.
Yeah, she has
I agree,
CC,
I agree.
she has
Yeah, but Sua doesn't need that.
She
EMS.
never loses a fight. She's so tanky with just like the vamp and Amazonas build, like the 3 or 4 zones. Like I don't know. Like legit, this character can legit do everything and doesn't lose a single fight they don't want to lose.
Yeah, her base build is
I
crazy
totally
defensive.
Not my
We can
opinion.
talk about her more later. Maybe we change her to S tier. Let's get on to Cathy. I do see a few Cathys, but not so much. I don't feel like we have a really big dedicated Cathy player. Only some people rotating in and out of her. I feel like she does seem a bit weaker than she used to, but I still feel like she has the same problematic design of free ult that lets her escape or kill, crazy with transition like Frag and Blazing Dress. Personally, I put her a bit higher, but I'll put her higher in A+. Do you guys think she's fine there?
I don't like the magic button character, to be honest. Like, the ultimate of Cathy can be used in every situation of the game. So, and if she hit the E on a wall, and the pilot is not dumb, you're basically dead, I think.
I feel like there's no point in playing Cathy right now unless you really like Cathy.
Why?
I don't think she's just good at ratting. I feel like right now, and I mean she can get kills like for sure, but you have to. It's such high effort to get kills on Cathy. I feel right now, unlike other characters. I don't think she's A+. I will put her A.
That's true that you have to put in more effort, but you can also like turn situations way better than most characters. And she can still like one rotation around 70% of the cast, which I don't think a lot of characters can do. And she also has like multiple viable builds.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that like, are you seeing the characters we're putting in A+? Like Sua, Arena, Bianca.
Yeah, I really don't think that. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like Cathy belongs there. Like, she's very much on the same power level as them, I think.
I don't think so.
I
really-
also
don't
don't
think-
think
I
so.
don't
She's
think
like,
can-
Cathy is the same power level as Sua, but it's around the same power level as like an Amphiora, for example. So I
Yeah.
can totally see Cathy in A+.
So you
Yeah, I'm
guys
fine with
see
A+.
her on low A+.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
fine with
because,
A+. Yeah.
even if she misses the suture, she can just go back. So
Okay,
it's easy to punish. It's not easy to punish character.
let's get going to Shukai. After we lost our favorite French Shukai player, I don't really see him much. When I do see him, he seems pretty good, but I put him in, I don't know, because I just never see him. Do you guys
I
see him
think-
enough?
I think Pacifist plays him a bit.
Pom also, I guess.
Elect
Pacifist.
2K is always a scary matchup when I see
Wait.
him.
Is Pacifist gone?
Pacifist did tell me he's gonna eat during the roundtable, so maybe he's currently not here.
Oh,
Do you guys think he's fine in A+? Maybe moving to I don't know. Did you guys actually go to fight versus Jukai lately?
I fight
Mm.
against Bomb sometimes, I guess.
From what I've seen, is fine at the bottom F8 plus, like top of A or bottom F8 plus. I'm down with this.
The only problem with Shuka is that he's extremely ult reliant, which makes it really difficult for him to close out games, in my opinion, because of the double final zone. But he can just on rotation most characters if he gets to get his stacks. And against squishy characters, it's still enough to legit just slow them with a Q and press ultimate. And it's just so dumb. I don't know. They should just rework that character already.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
design
true.
is
Such a
actually
flawed
so dumb.
design.
I don't think like he's like overperforming on his nerfs or anything, but I think the design is completely unhealthy and should be reworked as soon as possible.
It's just garbage.
Yeah.
I mean,
dog
it's
shit
better
design.
now that he actually needs to land his other skills, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, he
not one,
always
the funny book.
you always kind of needed to land a bit skills before ult, at least in most matchups, because like he gets shit lot of defense right if he ults on someone crowd control. But yeah, if you guys are fine with A+, let's get going. Over to Luke. We do have lots of Luke players. Now I put him personally on S tier because I think he does pretty well versus most of my characters, but a lot of people actually put him in A and think he's kind of weak. I think Viral Luke is still super good, super safe, crazy LP printer. I do have a take from Agilas. Let me open it 1 second. Agilas, one of the big Luke players in EU. He's saying that Luke is very strong, but probably not S tier. Because he really needs Halo. It's kind of hard for him to get Halo. Some other stuff, but we need to get going. Do you guys think he's fine in bottom A+? Maybe needs to be higher?
I think he should be higher in the A plus tier, but not S of course, but higher in the A plus for sure. He's a really good LP printer. He doesn't have like insta win or insta lose matchups, but most of them are just manageable for him. He has a crazy good escape. He's definitely a good chase if you manage to hit Q, of course, and he has a decent fighting power.
Yeah,
I think there was an argument for S tier last patch, but he did get nerfed a lot, in my opinion. Like he lost AP from Bakra and movement speed, which are like two things
Yeah.
he really needs.
So
I don't think he's S.
you guys
Yeah, no, he's not
think
S, for
just
sure.
a bit like higher A+, like let's say here?
Yeah,
Above
that's
Kiara,
fine.
maybe?
No,
Yeah.
he's definitely under Nadine.
Yeah,
I can't
no.
agree with that.
Okay, I
Yeah,
guess
Nadine is
I could
better.
agree that he's higher.
that's Luke then. And now we go to do A tier. Again, it is based, so like, yeah, no, much stronger than Camilo, but how people rate him. Mama, could you talk about Yanu? I'm gonna go to the toilet real quick, so please spare no detail.
Okay, finally my time has come. Everyone that put Hanwo A+ is coping. That's my first sentence. Second of all, Hanwo is a balanced state right now. He's neither strong or bad. A is okay. I will put him more in the middle of A. Also, and yeah, that's it basically.
Wow.
Momo, I think we can agree on this that Yunu is bad Jan. Actually, like Jan is the better glove character that you pick when you
But they don't do
pick a
the
good
same
player.
thing.
I think they are legit just different.
Yeah, yeah.
They are different, but at this point right now in this patch, Jan is better just because of he can do Hanwo stuff sometimes better. Let's say, but by catching someone.
Yeah.
He can do that better than Hanwo. Hanwo has a pretty high cooldown on E if you don't hit someone, because you get a bit refunded if around 4 seconds on the E if you hit someone. And since Jan can pretty much, let's say, do the same if he attacks someone, but even better, and then catch up to someone with the actual tank build that Val uses. Yeah, I feel he's pretty much better. But I don't really think Hanwo is a top of A tier 2. Even though his glove got buffed, yeah, but everything else that changed made him even worse right now. I'm not gonna say he's extremely weak or something. He's just a balanced state right now. Nothing special. That's it. Yeah.
Do you guys agree?
Also,
I agree.
I agree. Yeah.
So lower A tier maybe.
I don't think it should be lower A tier.
I'm fine with here.
I,
Yeah,
I
I'm fine
think
with
it's fine there. Yeah.
no, but don't worry, guys. Put him in the middle of 18. No.
I put him in A plus, just so you know.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
hard to be weak as a glove character, especially when you have such a good kit to work with it. But I do feel like, especially when I get to fight versus Yanu, it kind of feels like a bit maybe like Leon and some other glove characters, but especially those two feel to be like no RNG, they are free anytime it's like mid game. Yes, RNG, they roll the whole lobby.
If you have had transitions on Hanwoo, that's normal. Shouldn't you be strong if you get transitions? Like,
Yeah, but you get
like, there's a
stronger than
if I-
others.
if
difference
I
in how
roll-
well a character uses RNG. And the other thing is that even if you don't get RNG, you have the option to just play for late game and just red because your character is so
but that's
good.
Tonfa style, not
No,
Glove.
that's not just Tonfa's style. Glovium was also really good at retting. Tonfa's
Yeah,
main
no.
play style is just third partying. Yes, that's
No,
true.
I mean no. Hanwoo is the best ratting champ in the game. It's
Yeah,
the best one.
that's my
Yeah,
point. That he's
yeah.
really good in rank because if he can get flip an early objective and actually get it, then he can roll the lobby with that
Yeah,
because
but-
he can use transition items really well. And even
Oh.
if he cannot, he can still just disengage because it is still really good for that.
Yeah, but against whom do you want to take the objective? Like, if you want to contest a Hanwoo, at least be a good matchup. Yeah, you can't do it every time, obviously. And if you mess up one E, yeah, it is like that. But only if you maybe play tank. If you miss one E, you are dead. You're just dead.
I mean,
You
Kirishu
can't run away.
so
But yeah, it's okay. He's the best rating champ. I agree. It's,
Okay.
I always said that.
So
I
guess
like it about him.
guess it's fine if we keep him here if he does have
Yeah,
good
just
time in
keep
rank.
together.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
he's good there.
I think
Fine
it's
with
fine.
keeping you here. Yeah.
Okay, let's get to Tia. Personally, I was kind of conflicted if I put her in A plus or A. She used to be an extremely good character, definitely S tier. Even though her kill pressure sometimes is a bit low, she did have like a crazy kit. But now there was some changes, most noticeably the true damage becoming not true damage, which made her late game a lot weaker. So if someone is 6 gold versus her, she can just take half of his HP with one color combo. She needs a much longer fight. So I feel like because of that, she kind of lost a lot of her power because her only good stage is mid game, and she has a bit hard time getting kills there, kind of chasing people and forcing matchups. But if she does get some kills mid game, I feel like she can still be strong late game, even if she gets the correct transitions. Do you guys think she's good here? Maybe higher, maybe lower?
I actually think she should be lower. I actually don't see right now any Tia performing, and even when I fight you, I don't feel like you're like doing anything crazy as before. And even when I'm looking like at all the characters, I'm just thinking like, okay, Tia actually needs to do a lot of effort to compare to the others.
Yeah, I think she's fine. Like, I see all the A plus characters. I don't think she's stronger or on the same level as any of those. Maybe Katy, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think she belongs in A at the moment. But I have a question, but like, did you like stop playing her actively after the nerfs or just
No. I don't know if you missed it, but I've played like 30 ranked games over the last week, I think, or something like that. I am usually busy with work, so I can't play every day, but when I do play, it's usually gonna be tier right now, unless I'm out of grace points on the SUA account and I have to do a few Titan games, but I'm not dropping tier, no way. I still have a lot of fun playing her. And yeah, from my experience, a lot of hobbies feel like 0 kills, top 5. I just run away from bad matchups. I get into late game, I die anyway. But at the same time, I feel like I do have some like way better matchups. Like when I play Sua, a lot of times like die to Daylin and get upset. But when I play Tia, sometimes even crazy champions like Daylin, I feel like I'm in control of the matchups. Tia still has crazy good control versus melee. So many tools, so much crowd control. So I think she's fine there. Do you guys think she should be maybe a bit lower right here?
I'm actually fine with like low A tier or like mid A tier. I don't think she's close to A plus right now.
Okay, would you guys agree with something like this? Guess it's fine. Let's get going then to Ekion. Personally, I think I put him in, I don't know. We do have Eimer playing him every so often, but like, I only remember like a very, very few specific games versus Ekion, and it's either he's 6 gold and there isn't a matchup, or he's 0 gold, and it just kind of feels like someone who runs away. Do you guys think he's fine though?
I think
I have
A
no
plus.
idea.
because
Yeah, I think
the
I
escape
don't
is
know.
really good, to be honest. Like if you get animals near, you can avoid all the fight you want. I mean, it's conditioned, but enough to like get LPs by just ratting somehow.
You
And
guys,
yeah,
I just think, to be honest, we don't have any in EU, and the only one we have is like Aimel playing him once every like 100 or something games.
yeah,
I
but he's
don't
rolling
think we have
doubles.
we have any sample right now.
Every time you play Aekion, it's just running. Like it's actually
I mean, it's
like
a lot
every
of
time you play
like
Aekion,
all or nothing. He's always like on a perma snowballing, like full transition with Wick, or he's just dying with zero energy. It's like it's either all or nothing. So I really don't know what his bar is right now.
Yeah, I
I
feel
can
like
agree with this.
Aimer is most of the time trolling as well, so it's very hard to
Yeah.
tell how
Yeah.
strong the character is.
Yeah, to be honest, it's just an I don't know thing for me.
let's
If
keep
anyone agrees.
Okay, I moved into I don't know. Let's keep the talk about Aimer going with Alex. I usually see Alex on either Palm or Raver. Again, once in a full moon, I feel like sometimes they play and sometimes they don't. He seems to be a lot weaker than he used to be. I don't really see him one-shotting as much, but I still think he just has a good kit. So I'm fine with him being top 8 here. Do you guys think?
I think the burst is still there. I mean, Onsa was like good transition, and like I think Pom was only one item. I was midlife, and it just comboed me with the taunt, and I just disappeared from the map. So I got like 150 defense, so I was kinda surprised. That's my opinion.
The only thing I've learned from talking to Pom and Shaiko right now is that Alex is weak, so I don't know actually if
Then
he's
let's
good
put
or
him to
not.
A plus to
Yeah,
annoy them.
Yeah, he
I-
can still rat. He has a really good kit to just avoid fights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I think just for his survivability alone, he should be A plus. But I do think he's very strong. So I don't know.
Okay, let's
I don't
put
feel
him
right
then
with A.
bottom A plus for now. He does have crazy good escape, and I do think having Tonfa skill gives you so much agency in some matchups. Like versus some burst characters like Bianca, you can just win the fight with one funny skill press. Okay, let's get going to 11. I do have a take from Toby. It's a bit hard because we see both types of 11 in EU. We see Toby playing Amp, and we sometimes seeing Spy griffing us in EU with Crit 11. Let me find what Toby wrote. Yeah. He thinks Amp 11 is pretty weak right now, has some really bad matchups like Luke, Hygiene, Bianca, Jan that we have a lot in, and is weaker than it was before, but he still thinks Crit is pretty good. Like he would say Crit is either A plus or S, but Amp probably A. I think 11 is A plus. Like, if you sum up both of her forms, I still think she has super good escape, super good third party. Probably does not win the game, but always has like a kill or two as in final zone. Do you guys agree? Do you guys think higher?
She should be higher.
Definitely
Yeah.
higher.
Yeah.
A plus.
I think she should be at least on par of Yan or something.
Let's put
Like
her
she's not S because I think she has a hard time dispatch like comboing someone down with one taunt. Like I think that's the only thing. But she's very durable and it still has a lot of damage. Bad chase though.
Yeah.
I just add one thing on the Toby. He should be rep on 11. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to, hopefully he gets it. Okay, let's get going to Lennox.
S plus
Uh,
tier, the nerf.
Please, Bob.
S plus, S
D
plus,
tier,
S
S
unplayable.
plus needs
S plus.
nerf for real.
so
Linux
I'm
broken,
gonna
Nerf Linux.
I'm gonna call you guys out. No one put her in C or B tier. You guys are all fakes. Personally, I actually think she's really weak compared to where she used to be, because I feel like if Lennox can't one shot, then she usually just does not get kills. If a bad matchup finds her, it will probably kill her. Like, she still has really good matchup strat, but I feel like her game plan is just not working that well right now. But then again, she's still Lennox. You guys think she's fine here? Maybe weaker even?
No,
A plus.
to be honest, if I want to be like really, I don't know how to say it. If I just want to be honest, I think like Linux is actually really weak right now and should not be like close to A plus. She should be like at the lower of A, or like almost just B plus. She's basically just waiting for 16 while not having any single possibility of getting kills early, except from like third party or something. But even a third party is not even that great, and her escape is okay, but there's always like just better. And her fighting power right now is clearly not consistent before 16, so
Yeah,
I don't think she's that great
Lennox
right now.
is the worst scaler in the game at the moment. There's so many better options you can pick than Lennox.
Yeah, it's just
That's
an
why I put her
annoying
B plus.
tank that just roams around the map and kinda useless.
I feel like the only good thing Lennox has is really good matchup spread. The problem is she can't really force fights that much. Even if she hit this kill, the target can still get away. And if like a bad matchup finds her, like some kind of range, I feel like her escape is pretty bad versus ranged. So yeah, I guess you guys are fine with her here.
I'm fine with lower, maybe
I
lower.
would put her lower.
Lower, actually, yeah.
Buff Lennox. Okay. I guess that's good for now. Let's go to Nikki. Personally, I put Nikki a lot higher. I feel like she has so many tools, really good third party and escape. Probably not the best kill secure in terms of burst, but still like a really good third party. And just because of that, I think she's at least A plus. Do you guys agree?
Nikki's
No.
weak.
Yeah.
I think she's like on the bottom of it, but she's a really good LP printer. She has a garbage late game, but she's still really good and can chase kills early and get like a lot out of like weaker people in early game. I think she's really good for RLP. Of course, she's not that great for tournaments, and I don't think she should be higher for tournaments. But if we're talking about ranks on EU, I think she should be a bit higher.
What I'll give Nikki is that if she finds a good matchup, she can chase it like for 3
Ever.
zones, and that's like a really good aspect of her. But I don't think she's A plus. Maybe like high A. I don't know.
My experience, the character is that you shit on her if she misses parry, and if like she hit good parries, after that she insta win the matchup and you can't run because has a really good chase.
So you guys think she should be bottom A plus? Anyone
No.
objecting?
Just A.
A?
Like the character
top
literally
of A.
needs a tree to actually deal damage because Buta's bombs based like the base build's damage is in my opinion just dog shit. And that's why you see every single Nikki contest for 5 years for Cemetery Tree because they know that they are like really far behind in the game if they can't get permafrost really soon. And she also cannot use like 3 slots of transitions until she gets a prominence because you cannot go below 30% CDR or like 25. I'm not sure how much they want to maintain. And that really just, I don't know. Like the transition is strict, but she still needs at least one transition to deal damage. And even after that, it's just not that great. Like that's when she becomes a decent character, in my opinion. I just don't think that Nikki is on the same level as the A plus characters.
So would you guys
Yeah,
be
Nikki is
fine
weak.
with
Just let her stay on A.
Yeah, on
top
A
8 tier
for me.
maybe? Or is
I
here
agree.
fine? Maybe we put her like that?
I'm fine with that. So.
A tier is fine. Yeah.
Okay. let's get going to Daniel. Again, I don't see him that much, but what I do is still think he's just a really good character, good escape, good third party, has some really, really good matchups that he can force. I would even say he's a plus, if you ask me. Danny, would you want to talk about him? Are you here?
I mean, you basically described him. Like, he has good escape, he has good ways to force fights, and he has some pretty nearly 100-0, but not really 100-0 matchups. And he also has decent late game. He's basically on the same level as Cafe. I think a bit better because of him actually having like good transition options that make him a monster late game, which Cafe kinda can do. So like if Cafe is bottom A plus, he should be like 1 or 2 spots higher.
Do you guys agree?
I actually put him in A, but I think that was a mistake by me, by the way. Like I should have put him in A plus.
I think that's because Katy should be lower. But that's me.
I mean, I think they both deserve A plus. Like Daniel for sure, and I hate Cafe, so I won't speak about her. Like I'm biased.
Okay, and guess you know other opinions on Daniel. Let's get to Aiden. We do have a few players of him in EU, but I never see him performing too well. I did get a take from Rogue. Let me find it. He thinks he's more like B+, but mostly because it's really hard to play, and it's kind of, we don't really see the crazy god Aiden in EU. And I do feel like it's correct. Probably like super duper good Aiden player could make him look better, but the current EU Aidens feel like they can't do much. Like they have good escape, I think, but their third party is sometimes a bit weird. Their matchups are a bit weird. To be honest, I don't know. I don't get to fight them that often lately. What do you guys think about Aiden? Is he good here?
I played a lot the Aiden matchup as Jan, and I feel like you need to you use too much resources playing that character for the result that you can get.
Yeah, he's very high effort, low reward, I feel. You only play Aiden if you like the character, I think, right now.
You can get LPs, you can get win, but you will like put so much effort doing this, like 50 games of Aiden, and on another character you get like the same result in 10 games.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
So I guess he can stay here, and we move on. Magnus, a character that's kind of started showing up a lot more lately. I feel like he's still kind of the same old Magnus. He has okay escape, really good third party, really good kill secure. Not that great matchup spread, but can still just one shoot you out of nowhere. Do you guys think he's fine in A? I probably like him here.
I think he should be A+. This character is
Yeah.
completely disgusting right now for LP printing.
Yeah.
It's one of the best ranked characters for sure.
Yeah, he won't win like 1v1s, but he can easily rat, and if you're near a wall, you're almost dead, depending on the transition on the Magnus.
Good escape, good third party. I think he's very fine for ranked. So yeah, I will be fine with A+.
Yeah, I will move him up a lot more.
Okay, I did say that I think his escape is only okay because maybe I am just biased as a character without wall jumps. But when someone jumps a wall, usually the fight ends. But with Magnus bikes, I usually just monkey chase him, and sometimes it works. But if you guys think A+, okay, I moved him up. You think he should be maybe higher A+?
I
Is that good?
think above Daniel, for
Above
sure.
Daniel?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I guess if no one has problems with it, let's move on to William. We do have two really good William players in the EU, at least I think they're good, but they don't play that often. I didn't see him in a while, so it's hard for me to say. I think I put him in, I don't know. Do you guys think A? Do you guys think I don't know? Do you guys think another team?
For me,
Hard to say.
To be
me
honest,
as
yes.
okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, for me, it has the same problem as Aiden. Too much effort for the value that you get of the character, actually.
Okay, I don't agree with that.
Wait,
I
what
d-
effort?
I actually think William is actually a low effort and kinda high rewarding right now, but we don't have any sample in the EU since Ahmed doesn't really play anymore. And the only other William I've seen is like Baldy, but he plays as a bit lower level, so it's hard to guess how strong is the character right now. And I think he should be in, I don't know, or at least not in EU.
So
No,
when
I think William should be at least a like that character's DPS is disgusting, and you basically have the option to just insta win any melee matchups because your W exists. Like your W is an instant knockback if you position correctly after that. It's a stun. You have dashes every, I don't know, like 1.5 seconds because of the time by the boss drop. You also have your ultimate to catch people or to disengage. You also have smoke screen to just keep them away. Like you have so many good matchups just because of the kit of the character and because his throw has really good range. So it's basically just almost the same as a crit hedging, but with worse peeling tools.
I feel like his third party is
I agree.
also not that bad. Like a lot of times people don't really see William as a chase character, but I feel like his ult slow is so strong. Like when he does hit and then gets all his dashes, like if William sees someone low and he just ults them, I feel like he always gets the kill. Do you guys think maybe top of 8 here?
yeah,
I think top of eight.
I just think we don't have any sample, but if you guys have any fights you have in head, then
yeah, for me
I
the
trust you
DPS
guys.
is very good.
I mean, a lot of times I die to William legit just pressing ultimate and smoke screen on me, and I legit didn't have time to walk out of smoke screen, and I died.
Okay, but you
Because
also
it
have
is my trick.
a really bad matchup into him. No, not like a real bad,
But it
kind of
it
bad
doesn't
matchup.
matter. Like that's the point. I die in smoke screen.
But there's a lot of cast that can actually get away from that, or just kill him before he can actually
I'm
get his
playing
aura
Laura.
set up.
Yeah,
I
you
have
can
double
detonate.
dash. I have the
Yeah, but
unstoppable.
there are a lot of characters that can actually like CC him before he set up his R combo. And
Yeah, there's a lot of character that just disable is a broken combo and he just get nothing out of it.
I mean, you still have 4 balls on the ground you can dash to and stack up your Q to deal double the DPS for some reason.
Yeah, but if you play leader in, for example, you just like drink and after that you just run in at him and you probably kill him.
Or the William can just press W because he only used ult so far, so he can knock you back.
Okay, let's keep going. A bit too much talk for a character we barely see anyway. Next character is Mai. Personally, I put her in I don't know. The only people I really know playing her is maybe Scorp every once in a blue moon, but even that I barely see. Do you guys think she should be in I don't know? Did you guys actually get to fight her this season?
This is not a character when she doesn't have 3. When she does have 3, she is a character, but with without 3, I don't think any character has trouble against my 3.
Okay, but it's so much easier to get 3 right now than it was before. I mean, I think she was A+ before the last nerf. I'm not sure how hard the last nerf hit, but I put her at A+ at least.
Okay,
I actually have no idea. We don't have any like really dedicated my player in EU. Like the only my I've seen recently is Spy, and he's from NA, so
Yeah,
I'm actually no clue.
Chill is not playing her at the moment.
Okay, then let's put her in. I don't know, rather not tier her if we're not really sure. Okay, let's get to next character, which is Natapon. I do have a take from Soul Stealer. 1 second. We do see him playing it every now and again. Personally, I think Natapon's pretty good. He thinks Natapon is like A+, but he says maybe if there was like a super better pilot, it could even look S. I think he's still A. Like the Natapon DPS seems pretty crazy right now, but I feel like just a lack of mobility and having like so many people that can disable your combo and then just eat you alive and force the match upon you kinda makes him problematic in some lobbies. What do you guys think?
I think that Natapon has a lot of matchup when He does hit all of his skill shot, but the character that he hit all his skill shot on is just gonna run him down, and if he has no transition, he just lose, I think. Without traps. With traps is different. I mean, yeah. Traps is carrying the character at the moment for me.
I actually don't think so. It's more like ultraviolet and the fact that it can relatively scale correctly into the late game to have his insane weapon. But even with this, I don't think he has like a good matchup spread and is still lacking in a lot of departments, like the mobility department and also the fact that a lot of characters can abuse the fact that he has no mobility to just one shot him without any really possible counterplay. And I don't think she'll be A plus tier. Still has a lot of issues right now, and even even if Nimble Neuron continues to buff his damage like they always do, I think the issue is somewhere else, and I don't think it will be good as long as this issue stays here.
Agree.
So are you guys fine with this spot? Let's move on
For
then.
me is A. Yeah.
Yuki, a character I don't really see. Like, there is so many people that sometimes pull him out every once, like in 100 games. But I just don't see him much. I don't really know what he's capable of. I know in some other regions he's doing well, but again, I don't know. So, do you guys get to fight him?
He feels so weak, in my opinion.
H feels so weak. DS feels a bit better in my opinion, but it's still not really great. I mean, in NA they have Mick, in KR they probably have someone, but in EU we don't have any dedicated really good DS or 2H you can play, except maybe Beyongen that plays him once in a blue moon. So
I think Crystallize plays him to
yeah,
A.
but this guy is not the
Okay,
best
okay.
we have.
Special. He's
I mean,
special.
Special.
the
We
problem with
we'll
Yuki,
leave it at special.
So, would you
this
guys say Yuki in EU is like more B plus, maybe top of B plus?
this character is just like Daimochad carried. If he don't play Daimochad, it's not a character.
Yeah, I
I'm
would put him B
fine.
plus.
I'm fine with B plus as we don't have any good players playing him, and I don't see him doing very well in the EU right now. Even though we have quite a lot of players.
Okay, let's get going then to Rio. I think I do have a take for. Wait, did Fakti send me a take about Rio? No, I don't think I have any take about Rio. 1 second, I'll check. No. Personally, I feel like either Rio kills me in 4 hits and feels like the most broken character ever, or she needs like 20 and I barely feel any kill pressure. And right now it's the latter. I feel like I never feel threatened by her unless she sees gold, and I never see her with 6 gold, so I didn't really see that option this season. Do you guys
I
think
don't
she's
Yeah.
fine?
I don't think I've seen Rio the whole season on EU.
I've played her
The
like 20 games on Smurf, and I'm every time just doing shit, so I don't know how actually good she is, but I think she's fine here from what I've thought.
No, and she got nerfed like 3 times, so I really don't know where her power level is.
I saw like there is a Rio player with a Chinese name, and
It's Fracty.
he kinda try. Oh, it's Fracty. It was okay. So this guy was trying in lobbies, but I really think there is a lack of damage if the transition are not following in mid-late game.
Yep, without Mythquerer, this is not a character. With Mythquerer, it's a bit better, but definitely not one of the best. I think she lacks a lot of damage compared to the other ranged auto attackers, especially a stat checker like this that needs healing drone.
Okay,
So
let's get going then to Leon, who definitely needs buffs. He's another character that's been rated, some rated them really low, some rated them really high. I do think as a glove character with good third party burst and escape, he's always gonna perform good even if he feels completely useless without RNG. Personally, I think I put him like A+. Do you guys think he's fine here?
No,
He's fine in A. He's fine in A.
I think he's dog shit. I don't know.
I think he's not good at all, but not as weak as the characters I will put in B+. Like, he can still do a lot of shit, but
Yeah, if he has transition, he just roll the lobby. If he doesn't, he just get rolled by everyone. So I don't know.
I feel like though even when he doesn't have transitions, he can probably get to late game with a third party kill, which makes him still like a good LP getter.
Yeah, he has a good escape at least.
The third party isn't that great. Like,
I mean,
Yeah, I agree with
his
that.
belt is pretty good if he catches someone off guard. I feel like even without RNG, he can still like take at least half a health bar.
Third party is chase is shit.
Leon is only good for like kill securing, not third partying.
Yep.
Okay, then is he final low A tier?
He's
Like
fine there.
I will put
I
him
think
B
he should-
plus.
I will put him like either B plus, like the lowest of A.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
put
lowest
him
of A.
weaker than Wick Miller. Speaking of Wick Miller, again, I didn't see him at all lately. Apparently, Danny picked him up in a bit, but I still did not get to fight Camilo this season. I hope you guys did, because I'm not really sure about his state.
Camilo is bad.
He's dog shit.
Yeah, he's fucking like a shit character actually. I think he lose against almost all melee.
No,
I
What?
don't agree with
No.
that.
What? He doesn't
Camilo
lose to
What?
literally
Camilo
mean,
is
shits
literally
on
one of the
he
melee
lost-
cheater.
He
He
wins
lost
versus
against
by
like
melee.
the top tiers melee. What
I mean, yeah, dialing gives him issues, and that's kind of it.
Jan
Yeah.
Jan wins against him by the way.
I mean,
Not
he
sure.
can win against him. He does not win against him. Like, it's not an insta-win matchup.
Yeah, to be honest, I never lose against Gonzo the matchup, so I can't tell.
I mean,
Delicious.
I don't think Godzo really played this season. Do you guys think he's fine there on near the bottom of A tier then?
I think he should be B plus.
B plus, yeah.
I think he's fine there,
I
but
think he's fine in A.
Yeah,
He's
he
easily
is
getting
fine.
kite.
I really don't think Camilo needs buffs.
Okay, for now we can
like-
put him here. If we want to change him later, we can. Let's get to Marcus. Again, I didn't see him that much, but Momo been playing him every so often. I feel like he has like some tools, but some things just feels like it's not there. So that's why I also rated him kind of low. What do you think, Momo?
So I mean, Marcus has damage at least, yeah. Of course, not the biggest one, but he has damage. The weakest part that, and the only reason, in my opinion, why he's so trash is because his animations take 10 years. Yeah, you press W and you CC yourself. Your E has a delay,
Yeah.
and your ult is pretty much useless only. And that's really only if they literally stay in front of you. Then it's useful, so you can press W again and jump on them, and that's it. But his skills are predictable, and even as a Hanwoo player, when I press E, I instantly charge on them, and then I play Marcus. I press E. I have literally to predict the persons in which way they walk now, so I can cast my E, and I have to invest really much for a kill, and it doesn't work like 70% of the times.
You
He's
guys,
a good ratting character, I think, because the empowered E can like send off everyone of you, and you just run away, and you're fine.
Yeah, but you need to get 2 auto attacks somewhere. It's not
And
that easy, and it's
even
not that fast.
You can't even say good rating characters. There's a lot of characters that has a better fighting power and can also run better.
yeah, compared to
Like, this character is
the
just really fucking weak.
compared to the other rating power, I feel like he is not really that high up there. Do you guys think he's fine there? Maybe a bit lower in the B plus tier?
Definitely lower.
I
mean,
wouldn't say he is better than Jackie. I wouldn't say he is better than Rossi, but I think better than Susel at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, then let's lower him just a bit, like here. Okay, let's go to Jackie. Is Pacifist back? You here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I think no one put Jackie in high tier. Everyone kind of agreed where she's
Yes.
placed. I don't really see her much. The only times I see her, she feels depressed. What do you think, Pasi?
I think she's just garbage, unplayable, and you should put her next to Joad.
Do you disagree? Maybe we should put her in
Because
the empty
only
tier.
thing she can
No.
do is rating, and that's all. Like Jod. It's just a second John.
A B tier maybe for Jackie.
No, see.
Actually, I'm actually thinking of Jackie B tier, but definitely not Johan tier. He's not unplayable, he's just very fucking weak right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
mean,
stat checker that can't stat check.
at least
fucking
in
no
EU it can work. Like even Val got some pop-off games because
No.
He got one good
I
game
mean,
where
I'm not
he was
saying
snowballing, that's it.
I'm not saying she's good. She's just not Johan tier. Like you can get one good game out of 50
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Dran
Yeah.
can just not
actually.
play the solo game, so that's not the same thing.
Okay, so you guys want bottom B plus or B?
For me, it's B.
B.
Okay, if no one complains about it, she can have B all to herself. By the way, B was not empty. It did have some of the people in the I don't know, like Priya and Estelle, but for now they're in the I don't know, so she can be alone there. Let's get to Rosie. I don't really see any Rosie. I feel like when I do see her very little bit, I feel like she's still really good anti-melee, but every time the melee runs into trouble, he walks away and the Rosie is just sad. I feel like her kill pressure is just not there because of low damage. Do you guys think she's in B+?
I think she doesn't exist in EU.
Yeah, I don't know. Is the tier she should be in you?
Okay.
There's no Rosie.
It's
to be
true, I
honest.
only got like 1 or 2 fights out this season, so I guess she can be in I don't know. Let's carry on to Shoichi. We do have one really dedicated Shoichi player who is not that bad, but I don't know if it's like Shoichi weak problem or maybe something. I feel like maybe like there is a better way to play him that we don't see. I'm not sure really right now if AP or AMP is the way. I do think is maybe like A. Do you guys think is A or B plus?
I think the character is like really pillar diff, and actually in you we haven't like that dedicated man on the character with low ping.
Yeah, so each is balanced around being an insane pilot. I don't think we have that.
So
Being
that's
good
why he's
pilot
not
and having
performing.
low ping.
Yeah.
Because ping is so important on him.
Okay.
So I mean if we take this as I think Soichi is I don't know in EU.
I mean, I do think we see Shoichi. It's just that if he doesn't perform in EU, we can keep him in B plus. Like I don't think we can just pray for one day seeing a 0 ping Shoichi god on EU because probably not gonna happen, just because we'll not care. So can probably keep him here. Now Cicela, very weak. Do you guys
Weak.
think weaker?
Oh,
C tier.
I don't think she's B plus at all.
I think she's very weak in buffs.
I think the character is not playable in high ranked EU.
I feel like she has a lot of bad matchups and probably it can't really work, but I do think sometimes she can get a few cheap kills, maybe alt steal kills. But yeah, that's probably not saying much. Do you guys think maybe bottom of B plus, maybe be next to Jackie?
Yeah, really bad matchups.
I feel like the fact that she landed in B plus means that we don't know anything about her and should be
Exactly.
in either
Yeah,
low.
I actually think she
Exactly.
shouldn't be
Like,
there.
the character should not be
The
under
fuck?
A or maybe even A plus. Like we don't know
Yeah.
anything about this character. She
She's
should
not
be
that
I
weak.
don't know.
It's
Okay,
true
then
that
maybe it's
our
true.
current Cicela players are not as crazy high elo anyway, so I guess we can put her there for now. To the next character, Elena. Oh, we're gonna have a while on this one, I bet. Personally, you might want to roast me on this. I think she's A. Maybe it's because I feel
Me
like she
too.
does have some good matchups, even though like you can just walk away from her. But I do think she has tools. I think she's A. I know Danny and Narcas probably have something to contribute.
I will start by saying that I think she could potentially go A, and I won't argue with that because I actually think she is playable for sure, but I don't think she's on par with like the better characters right now, and she's definitely not on par with even the mid characters right now. I think she still lacks a lot of chase. She of course has a good rating. She has decent to mediocre third party. Like it's definitely not good. Like you need to be in range for your R, and it only happens like against 2 melees fighting or something. And what do I want to say then? Oh, a fighting power too. A fighting power is actually really fucking bad. Like she needs to have transitions to properly beat someone in a 1v1 unless it's one of the better matchups. And all I can say is that our rating is really good, and tank BLs right now are living rent free in my head, and I can't get my head over tank BLs. I fucking hate this, and I hope she gets something else soon, like just a buff, a rework or something. I hate this.
Do you guys think maybe higher in B plus would maybe be a good solution?
Yeah, I'm for sure. I actually think she's better than Marcus right now, and I think she's probably
Agreed.
like on like Leon level or something, but definitely not higher in my
Like
opinion.
I see the characters in A tier, like they are all scary with transitions. Like Aiden, like Leon are all good, but I feel like Elena has an easier time getting to late game.
And she has a hard time getting transitions if people actually contest her.
Like Leon as well.
Yes, and I don't think Leon is good.
But he's A tier. Like
But
I'm
Leon is
saying.
also scarier with transitions. The guy literally sees you on his screen and one-shots you if he has good transitions.
Yeah, you can definitely get away from Elena even if she has good transitions, at least most characters.
Elena needs like 3 move speed transitions so to make you unable to escape. Leon needs to land a QE if he has transitions and you are dead.
I think Elena is kinda enabled in EU because a few of our good matchups for her are present in the game, so she can like thrive randomly in some games because she can win those good matchups that make her playable because EU has the same lobby, I think.
Okay, I guess she's fine here. Let's carry on to Emma. I probably think safer to put her in, I don't know. I only seen like some very specific people play her, and it wasn't really in Halo, and it was kind of like troll games. I do think she's really bad, but at the same time, I don't really see her enough to judge. Do you guys think, I don't know, maybe keep her here, maybe get her to B tier?
I have
I-
no information on Emma.
Yeah, Emma
No
is
one
I
knows
don't know in
anything
EU.
about Emma.
I think I don't know is the best.
Alright. Moving on to Bernice. I don't remember if James played much this season, because I don't really remember seeing him. I didn't see him a while on Bernice. I know you've played him a bit, Arcus. Maybe you have some info to share about him.
Yeah, I've played him a fair bit. I actually think it's not like the best opinion I can have since I don't live. I'm not a one trick or something, but I played him a fair lot, and I think he's actually not bad. But of course, he needs to snowball. He has garbage escape. His chase is of course really insane. But the thing is, right now it loses the stat check to a lot of characters and can also get outranged by a fuck ton of the S tiers or like the higher tiers right now. And the fact that he loses to a lot of higher tiers right now makes him really bad, especially in the EU where I see like most of my matchups are like either melees that shits on me like I don't know Lucian or something, or either range that just outranked me. So I don't think he's really great right now. Of course, he can actually do things if he manages to snowball or if he gets free objectives, but that's just not what should happen in a real ranked game.
So it's a
So
bad Leon.
I'm fine with putting him like the top of B plus or the lowest of A, but not really higher in my opinion.
Do you guys think like this is fine? Maybe above Yuki?
It's kind of a
I
bad
think he
Leon.
should be above Yuki, yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's carry on. Johan, I don't think there is really any to talk about him. He's not a character in solos. In the I don't know tier, you can see a lot of characters that I never really saw in rank that are there, and a lot of people also put them in I don't know. Any one of those characters you guys actually think you have enough experience to talk about?
Carla fucking
Selling.
put her in S tier
Carla is
right now.
broken. Selling
Carla is
is
fucking broken.
Yes.
Yeah, Kara is tier.
I can tell
still-
you Celine was rated A+ before there was enough people putting her in, I don't know. Do you guys think A+ or S?
S.
I honestly think Celine is S tier at the moment. Like, she got a lot of nerfs and actually a few really good nerfs, like objective taking, for example. But that doesn't really make her less problematic because she can still just burst through objectives really quickly and just stay healthy. And you still can't contest her at objectives because you can still just eat a 5 bomber and be on half HP. The only thing that changed is what transition item she's building, but she's still just really aggressive and really strong.
Any other character you guys want to tier?
Why is Carla not in S? Just put her in
Carla,
S already.
just
Carla-
yeah,
Carla
Carla
in
in
S.
S.
Carla
Put her in
was
S tier.
also-
Carla is fucking broken.
Carla was also rated at S, but did you guys actually get to fight versus her in ranked? I only saw her like 1 or 2 games, and it was not of a high ranked player, so he just died early.
The only times I've seen her is like legit disgusting character. I don't want to see this ever again. I hope they
only-
get her soon.
I only hear she's broken, but I have no clue.
I have played against not really good players who were playing Kara, and they were just rolling me with just like Q, W, Q, W. That was kinda stupid.
So you guys
I also
think
played
she's
Carla.
good at top of S?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best
Alright.
character in the game actually.
The game right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's range, so I tend to agree. There we go. Okay, I guess that's the list.
Wait, can we talk back about?
Okay, yeah, I
wanna
forgot.
talk about-
Let's,
I wanna talk about
Sua.
Dina and
Sua
Sua
S.
right now.
Yeah.
Sua
Dina
and
and Sua
Dina.
right now. Yeah.
Okay,
Dina.
let's start with Sua. Seems like the more pressing
S.
issue. How many of you guys think S?
S.
She's
S.
S.
Everyone, just put her in
S.
S tier.
Yeah, she's S.
How many think A+?
S.
No one.
She's fine in A+.
No, S.
Okay,
No,
1
S.
against 9.
She-
You know what to do.
she's,
One against
she's
9,
fine in
it's
A+.
S.
S.
It's
Okay,
S.
I guess we promote her to S. Adina, do you guys think also S?
S.
S.
How many people think S? Please say what something.
Everyone.
S.
Everyone.
Actually,
This character
after
is
seeing
broken.
after seeing the character that's in S, I wanna make Adina stay in A+. Never mind me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think she's
Yeah,
S.
never mind me.
I feel like
stay with
yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good
A+.
spot for her. Hygiene. You guys think same spot, middle of S tier?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's fine. Otherwise,
Yeah,
people
she's
are
fine.
not playing
Actually,
for 2 months.
I think low S
Maybe
tier.
lower Jenny. Lower Jenny and Celine, I think.
And Sua.
Yeah, I can see that.
And Sua. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Sylvia.
Sua
Yeah,
above
Sua is also
Sylvia.
not the bottom of S tier, that's for sure.
Sua above
Something like
Sylvia.
this.
We see you, Venak.
Just switch Hajin and Sua and it's fine.
Okay, that's right.
Okay. No other complaints? This is the tier list?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's fine.
I guess we can finally move back to our nice table. And now we get to some meta talk. I have some topics prepared. If you just give me a second. Where did I put it? Okay, let's first talk about this ranked season. I started working recently, so I didn't get that much time to queue, but I saw days with crazy pops, like 3 different lobbies in EU. We got to Titan, we get more games on Titan, we have so many people on Titan. Do you guys think this is all because of 15 player lobbies, or maybe because of player base growing, because of Cobalt? Why do you guys think the change got made? Like, why are we getting so many games?
I think it's the mixture of Cobalt bringing new players in and Anan making ranked open at 6. Because we actually always organize ranked at 6. And this way, the newer players also just pop with us. And usually, I think it would be a problem to pop in high relo once we get there. But because of the 15 player lobbies, that problem was also solved. So I think they just need to really good changes for you.
There you
I
go.
also
Dana.
think the fact that we actually start queuing and not just randomly stop after 30 minutes of not trying or just we are just queuing every day now. We're not like leaving a day out and everything. I just love the state right now here.
Okay, I guess let's hope it continues next season, even though the player mass seems to be a bit declining, and we do have some dead days, but maybe, you know, there will be like a POG patch. Another thing, we do have sometimes, some days when we have lesser pops, we have like static lobbies, and every lobby will have the same 3 looks, the same 3 ayas. Do you guys think like it's problematic? Do you guys think maybe like some really good characters don't work because everyone's playing their counter, or maybe the opposite?
I think the problem with that is that if you're an OTP and you have like those S tier that just counter you play your game to rat and just play top 2 and hope you get like 1 kill off a third party actually.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a problem.
You don't think
I
it's a
don't miss
problem?
the 3 looks per game days.
Yes, because as an OTP, obviously there will be days where you will just get more OP or less OP just based on patch. So it evens it out, no?
It's more based on lobbies actually in you, because in you, like in the same evening, there will be probably the same 15 people that just queue and pop together. So if you got like 3 ayas in your games, you gotta get your 3 ayas the whole night. So if you have like a really bad matchup of your characters, you just like can't contest your first objective, so you can't snowball out of it. If you go to Alpha and there's a Jenny and you know that Jenny is fucking you and she can like also contest the objective while getting to your nerves, you're really going to have a bad game.
Yeah, it's also worse for your mental because it's so
Yeah.
tilting. Dying 3 games in a row to Aya or Barbara.
Yeah, I feel like when I play a game and like the same thing happens at the next game, the same thing happens with the same players, I kind of feel like stuck in the loop. While it's a lot nicer when you get like hello queue time, completely different lobby, everything random. You know, every lobby you feel like a fresh experience. So personally, when there is days we get like static lobbies, I hate it. Usually like long queue times, one annoying lobby that usually the same 3 players will win. Uh, Personally, I hope we get even better player base so we can have less of that. Okay, let's talk about the latest patch. I know, at least myself, that for about 3 patches, I was like, oh, now the S tiers will be nerfed. And they never get touched, it seems. How are you guys happy with the current latest patches, latest balance changes?
I
mean,
think the last. Okay.
I think people overreact. That's basically it. I don't think. I mean, the game has awful like performance issues and stuff, but I don't think the balance is so crazy.
Yeah, actually, I think the balance is actually fine right now. Of course, there are still like some disgusting things. Like I don't think Kerala should exist right now, but excepted that, I think every character can potentially get like a good placement on ranked based on the player, and it's not on everything on the character anymore. Like it's not just a game of stat check anymore. There are a lot more outplays that I've seen before, like 1 year ago when I started playing or something, and I kind of like it right now.
Yeah, I think it's better that in a sample of like 10 games, it's not the same character that win every lobby in high ranked EU. So it proved that the balance is not that bad that it was before. Like it's not like that Jenny that's gonna win 3 lobbies in a row, that I are gonna win 3 lobbies in a row because the character is broken. We got like every character has his chance to win somehow.
Yeah, like what I want to add to that is that while there are stronger characters, like we have I think the spread of how strong the characters are, it's like pretty fine. What I think it's problematic, it's some characters kits because like I don't know,
Kiara.
you can die one game to Barbara just pressing ult and W, and it feels awful. Like you say Barbara is OP, this character is bullshit. But in reality, I don't think Barbara is that strong. It's just that her characters make some impossible situations which seem broken, but in reality, I don't think the character is that strong. You know, I think that's the main issue the game has.
So the guys say like the bigger problem is some toxic design kits rather than too overtuned design kits.
Yeah, that in some situations seem overtuned. Well, at least in my opinion. I don't know.
Oh, there's another thing I want to talk about while we are talking about this. It's like the fact that they are just trying to make every new character which worse skin than before. I feel like if you look at Piolo, the new character that will release, we already know that he is gonna have like one extra ability on each ability. I don't know how to say it. Like one
Yeah, like Estelle.
reactivation.
Yeah.
Like one reactivation, Estelle is the same. Like they're just trying to make each and every character even harder or like how do I say it, like
Learning
uh,
curve, high learning
Just
curve.
putting more power into the kit.
yeah, they're putting a lot of power, and they're trying to just make the kits way more important and have a lot of impact on the game and all. I don't know how to say it. I'm actually missing my
Basically
words.
just overloaded
Yeah,
kit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Exactly,
the
exactly.
newer
I will say
characters,
it.
like every single newer character, has an even more overloaded kit than the last one. I think is what Arcus is trying to say.
Yeah, it feels
Look,
like a
Yeah, yeah,
contest.
yeah.
to be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah,
you think that's
I'm
bad
missing
or
my
good?
words.
To be honest, let's look at Hanwo. I'd like a rework on him, please.
Yeah, to be honest,
And then look at
I don't think
Piolo.
that's bad, but with this, I think they should start to rework older characters. Like when we see like I don't know Jackie's kid, Kiara's kid, or Yunwu kids,
Yeah,
I think
RR.
they're gonna like lack a lot. In comparison to the newer characters, which means that Nimble Neuron will try to buff them to compensate, except that they will buff their damage probably, and that will make them into another tier of stat checkers, and I really don't think this is a good play.
Yeah, there is a lot of the newer characters are like so much overloaded kits that they get the good matchups on the older characters because they got like stuns, dashes, immune CC, etc. When you have like characters like Aya that just has like skill shots and point and click, so I can feel that like newer characters are getting overloaded kits, and the overloaded kits are going to win against the older kits, and it's gonna be like really weird to play.
Seems like without reworks,
Let's Marcus.
the older kits are just kind of feast or famine. Either it's super good and zero interactability, or it's dog shit. So I really hope like some old characters like Aya and who will just get some reworks, especially Aya. I feel like her kit is so old and just not in tune with the game. Let's talk about the current time to kill. TTK. Are you guys fine with it? Personally, I don't like having short fights. I rather longer fights. But at the same time, we all don't want the old gay Magnus meta where everyone is just tanking, waiting to third party you, and that's the only thing that's happening. Do you guys want longer time to kill, shorter? Do you guys think it's fine?
I think it like the time to kill should be longer now because they removed most things that allowed people to just play around third parties. Like it's pretty much just vision at the moment because they removed combat pings and such. And I think longer fights are also just much more enjoyable to both parties rather than messing up once and getting literally one shot.
Yeah, the time to kill is too low actually. With crit being like broken, I mean it was nerfed, but we get like those amp mages with like double of damage with like the changes of ESD. So we get like those characters with really huge DPS output, and we can't get like to have a fight when you like dodge a good skill shot and it's gonna win you the fight after 15 seconds.
There's one thing I want to say. I don't know if it's a take or not, but what about lowering the damage you deal when you're in bushes, so we don't have the bush camp one shot anymore?
That's dumb because if you want to play around vision against like a ranged character, for example, like you can just go into the bush so they can basic attack you, but because of that you would lose damage. So it really wouldn't be a good mechanic.
Yeah, I think if people get bush trap, it's because they have a bad macro.
And yeah, also that's the other thing.
Just like if someone is bush camping for 5 minutes, they are losing a lot of resources. So if you don't walk into that bush and get killed, I mean, this guy that you will like found out 5 minutes later has like no good mastery, no transition, is gonna be a free kill, basically.
Okay, I guess we could move to the next topic. Let's talk about some in-game stats that maybe should be adjusted. Let's start with crit. I know we used to have a really big problem with crit range. I don't know if it's still a problem. I didn't see that many crit range lately, aside from Jenny. What do you guys think should be the fate of crit? Personally, I hate crit and I hope it would be removed. But do you guys think it could maybe work, maybe in different way?
They should nerf damage. That's all. On range, at least, maybe. Like, when you like the healing reduction, like work the same for range with crit should be a good like thing to do, I think. The healing reduction is like reduce on when you are ranged. Like you deal less healing reduction on most items. So
Oh yeah, so you just want melees to one-shot range and range not be able to puck and play the game out without getting one-shot.
not really one shot, but like 10% less. Like that's not really impactful, I guess.
Personally, I hate having such an RNG stat in the game, especially when it's strong. I feel like anyone can just kind of have a low crit, roll the better dice than you, and win the matchup, especially when a lot of matchups are just stat checks, so it just literally rolls the better dice. But maybe if crit damage was lower, then it would be at least less punishing.
Yeah, I don't think the problem is so much the RNG aspect of crit. I think it's the damage. Like there are some characters that only exist because they have crit builds. For example, like Camilo. Like I don't know. I don't think that it should be that much of a difference between an AP build and crit. Like crit right now, it's like crazy damage. Like it's too much, I feel.
But like, when they remove true damage, a lot of kits are based around true damage, like Tia, but they can also work in other ways. So I feel like even cards that kind of made their kits around crit or crit damage, they can still kind of rework them to not to just use AP or I don't know, less RNG based stat.
I mean, but right now that doesn't happen. Like there are, like the example. I don't know if there are any other character, but right now, like uh, some characters, like they need that attack boost to work, and without it, they do no damage, and with crit they do like too much damage. Like Dailin, for example, Dailin that is too much damage that character has, and you can balance it around the other weak characters that use crit, because otherwise you don't find a middle ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you nerf crit because of Eileen, Chloe is out of the game basically.
Yeah.
You will never see another Chloe.
Camilo and Yuki would be shit too.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's talk about another stat that you did mention, anti-heal. Do you guys think anti-heal should stay? Should still be like an easy to get stat and just something you switch on into any matchup with healing? And how about healing in general? Like they did change it recently with the animals giving less healing. Do you guys think the change was good?
It's
Actually,
my. Can I speak on this?
yeah. Go ahead.
Healing reduction should be removed.
Agree.
Healing
I
reduction
agree.
on any game should be removed.
Agree.
That's a band-aid solution to a problem that doesn't even work. Because with healing reduction, you have two cases. You have the guy that is forced to use the healing reduction and has to put that item in a route, and then you have the other side that either wins a matchup just because they don't have anti-heal, or can't do anything because they have anti-heal. For example, Jackie. Jackie is probably one of the best characters if anti-healing didn't exist. But because it exists, she uses healing as the core mechanic of her kit. She's garbage.
Yeah, I totally agree. In any case, if healing reduction will be in the game, I feel like it should be on some items, like I don't know, like temporal refraction, for example, and like maybe 20%. Like not like we have like Necro right now with 50%, and some like non RNG items with 30%. Like it's like a must-have on like a lot of on
And-
most melees, I think.
And that's just for range depot. Melees get 40% or 60%, I think.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It should be removed or kept in the game, but very little. Like,
And also the anti-heal on Witlin is just like a debuff for melees basically, so it's kinda cringe.
Yeah, as someone who plays two mages that rely on healing, I suddenly have really big problems taking weak or animals. I mean, less on Sword because it also stuns the targets and blinds them, but as Tia, I really can't do weak anymore without losing all my health bar, even if I use my healing mix. But okay, I guess that's about healing. What do you guys think about how Bustery currently works? Do you guys think it's fine that everyone is making 6 boots after they finish their build? Or should it something that should be adjusted?
Oh, legit remove the strat. This has nothing to do here. Why the
It's
fuck is
stupid.
making shoes a good idea? Like, this
It's
should
stupid.
never be a good idea. I mean,
no.
crafting. I think crafting is okay, but making like different shoes to get level is not something that I want to see in a game.
I mean, but yeah, what do you mean then? Like crafting is part of the game, is what I feel like.
Yeah, I don't mind crafting, but people just making plans of 6 boots to craft it and get to level 16 while everyone is fighting their ass off to get transition and doing this exact same damage as someone who fought like all game long just by crafting is not something that I want to see.
But what's the middle ground then?
Actually, I don't have any solution right now, but I just hate that crafting shoes is basically the same as just perma fighting or perma. How would I say it? Perma. Killing animals and such. Like just moving on the map and killing things should be more rewarded than crafting shoes over and over, especially when it's like all 6 shoes in like 3 or 4 zones.
So you're saying like animals should give better XP than boots?
Yeah.
I don't think it should give better XP, but we should just reduce like the master XP from crafting a ton. Like crafting one, two, or 3 things. Even I don't mind, but just crafting the whole game doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay,
but what
What about
character
Shukai
decide-
then?
I mean,
He spends the whole game
legit-
crafting. That's
It's
his
legit
identity.
part of his gameplay. I don't mind. It's legit part of his kit. Even though I hate Shukai R and how he works, but I think having one character that does this isn't a problem to me. But having like all the characters doing this, like the Daniel crafting daggers, the Bianca crafting shoes, I don't know. Even I started crafting rapiers because it's more worth than just killing fucking animals in temple or something.
Okay, but what? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but which character crafts all game besides Sylvia? Because I think crafting some items, it's healthy for the game. Like some items, like it's fine. It's a viable strategy.
Crafting is also not better than hunting. You do weapon crafting after you hunt it. Like basically night 1 after bears are dead, if the lobby is good, nothing is alive. You have nothing to farm. So that's why you craft weapons, because you have nothing to do.
I mean, I'm fine with crafting until being able to contest or something. But I don't think like any character should craft like 6 boots to be able to fight or something. I just wish that they will make characters like Sylvia or Bianca need less to fight, but doesn't need to spam craft the whole game.
Okay, but that's my point. Like Bianca doesn't craft all game. Like I think
I mean,
it's
she crafts like 5 or 6 shoes.
But-
That's like 5 or 10 minutes.
No, that's 1 or 2 minutes if you do it well.
you end up before second tree.
Bro, what?
I can say on tier I also make shoes and I usually make like 4 or 5 pairs before the alpha.
So I think like right now it's not so problematic. Like when that patch when you will find white rhinos everywhere. Like I think it's fine right now. Maybe look at Sylvia. I don't know.
Okay, let's get to the next topic then. Objectives. specifically Weak Align. If you ask me, I don't think Weak should really exist, or at least a massive buff it with this, especially after the changes. I feel like 10 or 20% of the cast can kill her really quick without losing a match, and while having also an escape and maybe a kill secure, while the other cast just kinda have to can't really deal with her. What do you guys think should be the future of Wick on objectives?
No buff.
We move weak.
Now the problem is the buff is too good on ranged, and range can a lot of range can do weak easily. When melees are struggling to do weak, and the weak buff is not even that good in melee.
Who exactly can take weak easily as a range?
Yeah.
I
Aya,
can.
Carla,
Yeah,
Celine.
Celine can take it. There's a lot of characters that can just kite weakling without taking too much damage.
okay, but then melees, like, there's a lot of melees that can do that too.
Yeah, a lot of players can also take Wick without getting into much trouble if they just have good burst or.
Like, even Camilo, I don't know. Even, like, I know Yuki doesn't take a lot from weak.
Wait, he does. He kind of does.
Like, I
you do
mean,
it in
it doesn't go under 50% HP.
You are below half if you are on like one transition and you don't reset him.
I mean, even half HP is a lot. I'm playing
Yeah.
Laura and I have a big burst to finish Vic and I can kite her, yet I still go around 50-55% HP a lot of times.
I mean,
But
Vic
just
50
is
going
just,
should be right.
suicide if anyone shows up, so yeah.
I think Vic is literally just not happy at the moment because it's just not fair. A lot of
Just remove the
characters
buff.
can just take it really easily and really quickly, while a lot of other characters just struggle or just have to kite for years. For
And
example,
then
Hedgin, Bianca, or as I mentioned, even Laura has to kite it for ages if they don't want to get down to like 30% HP, while other characters can just shit on it.
Just remove the buff.
So you guys
I
think
mean,
it will be fine if they remove the buff, but like keep the blood sample plus random RNG?
Yeah.
But then make her like a bit easier to clear, so and like legit every character can clear her.
I
yeah,
feel
removing
the
reduction.
on Earth and Vic herself shouldn't be such a big threat. Like she alone shouldn't be able to kill Daniel, and she is able to do it right now. Basically, she should be a threat if people are around. Like maybe she should put a debuff on you that makes you take like I don't know 10% more damage from other test subject. That's just a random example. So that
Just
people actually have to contest you for you to be in danger.
what
Yeah.
about just making her like way more tanky, but deal less damage? So you have actually the time to contest someone who is doing it, but and remove the buff also.
I feel
If
like
you if you make it tankier but decrease the damage, you're at the same spot.
No, but like really decrease the damage, so you don't you can almost like regen on it with some characters,
But
and just
that the problem is still there then.
yeah,
Some
still some
characters can
characters.
still clear it way faster than others, and others are
yeah,
just simply not able to clear it.
Yeah, but if you do this, then people have more time to contest, and people that can burst it can't really. I mean, can still burst it, but like way slower.
I think
If
the
you don't
problem.
if you can't take it, for example, if you remove the fact that you can take it in a raid while in like 5 or 10 seconds, then if you remove this thing, then everyone can technically contest it.
Yeah, but even when you are like contesting wake, ranged are like so much easier on this. Like if you're melee, and you want to contest weak, if you take weak, basically you just get third partied after that and you die.
Okay, but how is it a range versus melee thing? For example, Camilo will just regen more if Wick is near him, as Ryo will just get shit on because she takes like 70% of her HP to clear Wick, even though it's quite fast.
Yeah, but she can be at a decent range of weakling, so
It's legit not a range versus melee discussion right now.
it's yeah, but basically some characters are clearing so too much easier weakling when some just die.
Okay, let's get to the next topic then. We did talk about some stats like anti-healing, so a bit similar. There is some other item passives like Hex, Biotic, Spell Shield. I feel like also kinda maybe need to be looked at. If we are like thinking we should change anti-heal, I also think something like the spell shield can shut down some characters, and it's again becomes like the thing of I just build this if I'm against this guy, but maybe it's fine because spell shield is usually on RNG stuff. What do you guys think about item passives?
Remove item passives from craftable items.
So just on RNG?
Some passives are too strong to be on craftable weapons. Focused impact is one of them. A guaranteed crit on base build is just too much. I don't mind them being in RNG items, but in craftable items, some, especially focused impact and vigor, either nerf them or just remove them from craftable items.
I feel like vigor is just a different name for small bell.
Legit, just remove artificial damage.
Yeah, I can agree with
Yeah,
that.
I agree on that.
Artificial
no,
damage
no.
is just so fucking problematic.
And Buffalina with it, of course.
I
Okay.
think the
Uh,
problem is some characters that just don't work without the artificial damage.
But
Like
that's
Daniel.
the problem. Like the character should not be balanced around artificial damage. Like for example, Mai or even Estelle now. If you don't build Blazing Dress and I don't know, Cube Watch and Halo, you're just sitting duck. You can only red.
Yeah.
And I don't see how that's a good character design. It's basically just your items dealing damage while you're just being tanky. It's just problematic.
Yeah, but the problem is that Run took the direction of nerfing characters instead of items too much, and now some characters can't work without those items when they could be fine. They did it in the first place on the items, I think.
okay, what do you guys think about augments? Do you think there is any future for them again? Do we really need to remove them, or is there like a super healthy change that can fix it all up and suddenly we all have augments?
I hate Diamond Shard.
I mean, at this point, I don't think they are removing them, so we should focus on how they should balance them.
Remove Diamond Shard slow.
There is some augments that just outcast the others. Like OCW is a meme, but it's kinda true that no one is gonna play this shit because, well, it's shit. So
Is there anyone that actually picks Oblivion can wait?
No one.
No.
No one.
Only Korea used to pick it on Mai for a while, but I don't know why.
I don't understand why an augment is like in the deep no use and then is not reacting to that, but
Yeah. I think augments like Ironclad and OCW should just get reworked because they are just completely useless because there are just simply better options.
I think
Like
Ironclad
Diamond
is
Shot. What, sorry?
I think Ironclad is fine. It's like okay design. The reason OCW should get a rework is not because it's weak, but because if you make it strong, it makes half the characters unplayable, like any auto attacker. Like it just can't be strong. There is no way you can make it strong because then it's an insta-win into auto attackers. So it's just bad design. That's why it needs a rework. I think Ironclad is fine design. It just maybe needs a buff.
I think Ironclad is only bad because there's Frenzy. So if like you really want to fight only after your weapon skill, Frenzy is just simply better. Because especially in this meta, because time to kill is so low. Like you don't really make use of Ironclad most of the times, I think.
Okay,
I
so
also
agreed.
think that some augments are just too good. Like Vamp is used is like almost all the time by a lot of characters.
I mean, I think some characters just use some augments a bit too good. Like, I feel like if they buff, if they let's say nerf Vamp, it might hurt some characters, while some characters like Sua will just like still use it way too good. So like, even if Vampiric becomes shit, Sua will still probably run it just because it works so well on her. While like for some other characters, they suddenly won't have any augment.
Also, why the fuck is I'm joining the game? Like, what the fuck does that do here? This should
Broken.
like
Reduce
press
time to kill.
press R, get more damage. Let's go. We love Shikai.
Kill.
This legit shouldn't exist in my opinion.
I mean, it doesn't. I feel like it doesn't fulfill the original purpose because it's a support augment, like to buff your team and stuff.
Yeah,
It's just use two
Eating Drone
balls to fall
seems
down.
Eating Drone to me is like a good design. If it's not too strong, of course, it's a good design compared to Drone.
Okay, so this season they made a pretty brief decision to remove true damage from most of kits. Is there any big change you guys want to see next season? No?
Removal of field reduction and passive on items that are craftable. Please do it.
They should value more the farm, I think. Like it keeps getting nerfed every season. I think it's kinda sad that like wolves are not giving much than mastery actually. Like I don't know. And the fact that mutant are in the game are still a RNG issue. Like you should like spawn for sure a mutant or not. It shouldn't be random for me.
Yeah, it is annoying when you go to a zone and like 20 chickens respawn, none are mutant, but the other guy got like 10 mutant chickens, so he just gets a free RNG item.
Yeah, so the problem that was like, oh, I got a mithril on that wolf, and I mean it's like it's better than the other like stuff, but I don't think it's optimal when you want to kick RNG out of the game.
I mean, it can be announced as real objective, like the androids, but maybe I'm thinking that maybe the spawn mark can be like different if a mutant is gonna spawn.
Yeah, or
So
maybe
you
if you
can
are in
plan
a
ahead.
zone and like there is like 20 seconds to the wolf to spawn, you get a little marker that mutants are gonna spawn in this area or something like that.
I think that will be a bit too much, I feel. But the spawn mark in itself, it's fine. Like you kill a wolf, you see the mark, and then you remember that you need to come back to kill the mutant. Maybe something like that. I don't know. I'm just thinking on the march.
Is there any other topic you guys like to bring up that we did not talk about yet?
Bring back Smolder.
Yeah, I actually need Smolder.
Fuck up, Arcas.
Nope. Based.
I hope Nimble Neuron doesn't do like big changes like save plans in the middle of the season again, because that can be really problematic.
Oh yeah, what do you guys think about the performance? Like, what should Nimble Neuron focus right now? Making the game work or making the game balanced?
I mean, I played Devil's Advocate. I think I know why they push so much content. Like, it's exciting when they announce like new stuff, and I think that's the purpose. But it definitely generates more problems because they add more stuff and they also add more bugs with it and worse performance and everything. So it's complicated to say because like the solution will be that the team should be bigger and they should have more people in different areas to take care of that stuff. But it seems like it's not the case, so I don't know.
Yeah, and maybe stop like new characters. Like try to balance the ones that already are in the game better. I mean, just for a while, not stopping releasing, but like for 1 month, they don't send a new character and they work on the overall balance of the game. Maybe.
Okay, but maybe it's just not the same team working on both of them, so they
Yeah.
can do both
Yeah,
separately.
I speak of the resources of the company, like hiring more guys to
Do they have the budget for this?
I don't
That's the
know.
problem. I don't think they do. Since they give a lot of NP and free NP. So, of
Like,
course, the
I
budget is
think
gonna be lower.
I think that balance isn't that much of a problem as performance because like
Yep.
low elo players don't really care about balance, to be honest, or don't care as much. Like that's just a fact. Like they just die to everything, so they don't know
Yeah,
what's
that's
the
true.
meta and what, but they know that they don't connect to a game and they just stop playing ER.
Yeah,
I
as long
agree.
as the balance is not completely broken, they won't really notice it. But
Yeah.
performance they will notice right from the start.
Yeah.
There's a problem, I think, that I don't have the solution because it's too hard for me to have the solution. But this is like the new player retention of the game. It's a really hard issue that we're getting, I think, in Eternal Return.
It's much better now, though. I think
we still lost like 2K5 players in the last
but
month.
I'm sure. Well, I mean, I'm not sure. I think that's because of performance. I would have to think it's because of.
That's
Yeah,
probably one of the
postponed.
reasons for sure.
Like, imagine you try a new game and you're excited, like I don't know, and it crashes like once every 5 games. I wouldn't play it. To be honest.
Yep, I'd
Yeah,
agree.
but there's also the fact that there is no MMR in normals, and you can still like play with top players when you are just.
I mean, that's only a problem in like EU and probably NA at worst. And I don't think those are the region that
Yeah, they
get
don't
the
focus
most
on us.
players.
I mean, and
One
that's
of the
just how
priority.
every battle royale works.
Yeah, and also there are actually currently lots of new players in norms. Like I don't recognize even half of my lobbies every time.
Yeah, same.
And people are getting better. Is a thing I reckon. I think, like, people that I don't know the names pull out some really good games. It's like going to have a good impact on the next season.
Do you guys have any other topic you'd like to mention, or should we wrap things up?
Wrap things up.
Yeah,
I think we're okay. Yeah.
I guess we're good then. Okay, so that's mostly it for the roundtable. I'd like to thank everyone, all the participants, for participating, voting for everything. How this was done was all done in democracy. I didn't decide anything by myself. Every one of us decided together, so thanks so much for helping setting this up. Also, thank you for Debo, FD, Smag, all of you guys who actually helped me from the start to set it up. Thanks for Sol and Freya to also helping me setting a lot of these things up. I'm not really good in this streaming thing, and I still have a lot to learn, so it's good for you guys to have my back. Thanks for Anna to making the art, this sick table. You could see it has Kill to Live, very funny, Buff Lennox, true, and it even has a very long copy pasta of Elena, if you would like to read it. Just pause there. Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's the EU Roundtable. Thanks for coming, thanks for watching, and hopefully I can set it up against next season. Maybe someone else will set it up and I'll just participate. We'll see. But yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys.
Q rank.
Thank you, brother.
And yeah,
Thank you, Pereg.
Q ranked. We all Q ranked after this. We still need some good pops before the night is over.
Can we stay online all together in this voice chat and just team?
That's the plan.
Need some
only melees.
Okay, so yeah, take 6. Bye bye.